But yeah, I've been trying to think of like fun games that we can all play together. Like, I wanna have another Pico Park-esque game. And we could do Pico Party. I just have to ask Hafu's brothers, or David's brother, or something like that, whatever the combo is, to turn the servers on. Oh, can I kill this person? Nah. I can kill that person, though. So, if we're playing the assassin... Look at that. Gang... I am... Oh my god. I am indifferent about gang beasts. I actually don't think I want to do gang beasts. What do I... Like... So there's Pico Park, right? There's gang beasts. There's Among Us. What other games are there that can support more than... I just died. Oh, okay. Ping? What other games are there besides those four? Human Fall Flat? I've seen that recommended. And we can try Human Fall Flat. I feel like people would just get frustrated at I'm killing this person. Oh my god, you're so lucky to even survive. Hold on. I don't actually want to collect that. Listen, this man, Adam, is number 8. My only goal right now is to kill this man. To do that, I have to go over here. Oh, he got me. Stick fight, that's 4 players. I need games that are more than just 4 players. Because we can do 4-player games quite easily. But we want to do more than that. Okay. It's that same guy. Why? Okay, that guy just literally went through me. What is this mess? Hold on, I'm gonna navigate through this. Wait, that boy's big. Hold on. So the hard part about assassinating these large boys is they are generally better players than me. So it's like... I couldn't squeeze... Ah, well, we got him. But he didn't die to our own volition. Alright, now that we got that guy dead. Renz, thank you so much for 500 subs. Pummel Party? True. I know we're gonna do a Pummel Party thing in the morning. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second here, chat. Hold on. We are now large. We are going to do a morning Pummel Party eventually. It's just entirely dependent on when. Maurice? Okay, well now we're crowned. We're a crowned boy now. Hold on. But I'm trying to think about, what about Brawlhalla? I have hesitations. And that is purely because one of my best friends used to be a pro Brawlhalla player. And I've heard, and I'm friends with a lot of the pro Brawlhalla players. And I've heard stories about the game. So I'm a little bit turned away from it. Monopoly is not a good game to play. Like, ideally I want to do fun games. Like, I would do Secret Hitler. But it's a hard game to explain and the visuals aren't good for it. I think I would love to try a Secret Hitler stream. I want to kill this person. There we go. But I wish there were more like entertaining board games, so to say, because I genuinely think I hate using the word meta for Twitch, but I think the meta is doing simple games with friends. I think that's the best way to sum up what the meta for Twitch is. It's just simple game with friends. That's why like Tricky Towers is doing well. That's why Battleship did well. Does that make sense? And I think like the meta on Twitch is no longer hyper competitive games unless you're in the top percentage and your audience is only of that. That's why I griefed myself. That's why, like, even Valorant for me doesn't do well, but it will do well for someone like Tens or people that dedicate their content to it, because there's no appeal for the casual audience. Hello. I never use my emotes towards people. Renfly. Okay, let me turn this way actually. Oh, it ate the magnet? No, I can't kill that. Oh, I'm sorry. I had a munch on you. I needed energy. But yeah. So like I'm trying to think of like what is a casual thing? Because you could do tournaments and those are fun if you have a different perspectives playing all at once, and then you can have a caster if you wanted to, of just like the simplest things of like, listen, I'm talking like, what is the song? This is from the game called Death's Door. I don't know the exact song name. You could legitimately do a tic-tac-toe tournament. If you catch what I'm saying. You could legitimately do a tic-tac-toe tournament. I couldn't turn. I should have just let go. But I'm saying, like, just little fun party games that at least have, like, some appealing visuals. Like, code names, people can play along with you guys. Connect 4. We could play Connect 4. Like, the Game of Life. There's on Steam. But there's, like, realistically, how many board games are in Steam? Because the best thing you could do is things that viewers can, like, put, like, viewers can put themselves in. They can play along with you. Obviously, like, they wouldn't be scored in, like, actual points. But, like, things that the viewers can also play along and see if they survive. Like, there's a game called Categories that Hafu played, whereas me, Hafu, and Ryan, where I think if you come up with an interesting visual for that, it could be quite fun. I was looking at chat. Hi, Savvy. Wait, what did Fundy say? Mr. Beast did a rock, paper, scissors tournament for 100k? Yeah! And the way that we'd make that fun is we have a drinking game. So if a bunch of people were to come to Vegas, we would do the next time everybody comes to Vegas, like big group, we would do, there's a game called Loyalty, where we make one disgusting drink, like a horde rancid drink, like mixing 5 different alcohols together and adding orange juice to it. I'm talking like that level of disgusting, maybe a little bit of milk. Like, we're talking that level of disgusting. And the way it works is you have 2 captains, and they play rock, paper, scissors versus each other, and the winner gets to draft a person, as in like, I play, and then I win, and then I pick a person that's on the bench, and they're now on my team, and then the captains play rock, paper, scissors again, until the entire group of people is drafted. And the teams are not supposed to be fair. A person can literally win every single rock, paper, scissors game until all the players, or all the people in the room, are picked. And then after that, the person that was picked last, they play rock, paper, scissors against the other team's person that was picked last. So technically, it could be the person, the captain who didn't finish, or didn't win a single person on their team, versus the entire lineup of everybody else. And whatever team loses, they have to drink until the captain. So it's called Loyalty because you want to draft people that'll drink for you. But say only the captain is alive at the very end. Like, say the captain only has himself on the team, he has to finish that entire disgusting drink. And that's what we'll play when everyone comes here. Oh god. Yeah, Europeans, listen, Europeans and so this salt, cocoa powder, and some alcohol and spicy sauce and some other stuff. Yeah, we played the light version here because we didn't have like too much disgusting stuff. If you want to have a fun time and feel real punishment, play it with Japanese people or Koreans. Like, go to a Korean household or a Korean party, they will make something rancid. I was reading chat. Europeans, they'll go a little bit hard, specifically Russians. They'll go, and and Danes, and I believe Dutch people though. I don't know about British people, but yeah, you can do stuff like that where that is a fun IRL stream. But I'm trying to think of like I don't I don't want to do a stream where it's entirely dependent on alcohol necessarily, because that's not teaching good habits. Let's be honest here. But there is an argument to be made about like these fun little party games that you can do with friends that people can enjoy and cheer on. And I think that is the best thing on Twitch right now in terms of like what's popular and entertainment. I think we're in a dry era of competitive games, honestly. 5 Fundy drunk stream? Maybe eventually. I'm down to play Battleship with him. I think Fundy wants me to like see if I can get good at face cam before he does those types of streams with me, which is a genuine, I don't take any offense to that. It is simply like I am an unknown factor with face cam, right? Because I don't do it, so you have no idea how I react. So I take zero offense to that. But I'm trying to think of like what are some funny things that we can play? What is because I don't think there's enough games. Like there's Mario Party, there's Smash, but not everyone has a Switch. There's Mario Kart, not everyone has a Switch, like I said. And then there's things like Among Us. I'm gonna kill this person. There's Among Us. There is Pico Park, which is already played. There's Pico Party, which is Hafu's brother, or Hafu's whatever thing. You drunk in Korea, remember the games? Yeah, it's terrifying, isn't it? This is also, oh my, it's 29? I kind of want to, hold on. Chat, if there was ever any time to band together and kill a person, it is this person. Go after him. I'm sicking you all on him. Hello. How are you faster than me? Hehehe. This isn't fair. You can cross over yourselves. This isn't fair. Maybe I get faster because I reached water sooner? No, he reached water sooner. I'm gonna cut him off here. Yeah, he gave up. Oh, if he went a split second sooner, he was done. This is risky. Oh my god, I almost got him. What? What is happening? What is happening? Oh my god. My viewers are here too. Adriano, I want your crowns. Oh wait, that's Adriano. What? He didn't die. Oh, I'm dead. I died to the person I wanted to. Oh, thank you for the raid, Simon! I'm playing Snake Game and I'm talking about things that stream. Simon, okay. Maybe you would know. Do you know any, like, fun party game slash... Okay, so my take right now, Twitch, the best thing you can do on Twitch is casual party fun games that you can play with a lot of people. Fall Guys barely fits into that category because there's only 4 people. But it is a simple game that is easy to understand. That's why also, like, Battleship did well for that whenever meta, right? And Among Us. Do you know any games off the top of your head? It can even be a board game that would potentially like be fun to play as a group of people. That would be worth like rounding up a bunch of streamers to try and play that with. Do you have any idea? Chat members also. Gladly tell me if you come up with any concepts, but we're trying to think of stuff. Jackbox games? I'm waiting for the next Jackbox to come out, which, do we know? Pummel Party? Yeah, we're gonna do Pummel Party, but this year with Pummel Party is honestly kind of unbalanced. We play Pummel Party every Saturday, or at least I do, with a specific group of people. Like, if there was a better Pummel Party, then that'd be a great game to do it with. Ultimate Chicken Horse is 4 people. Like, the games that we have fun with in Jackbox are like the Trivia Murder Party, which isn't necessarily... Like, people want to see us play Quiplash, right? Or things like that. Ooh. I wonder if I know I cleared out some VIP people. Hold on. Let me see if I can do it. Any Switch games? Not everybody owns a Switch, and I mean they should realistically because they're streamers, but yeah, they don't. So that's why we're trying to think of, because Pico Park was such a fun game. It was such a funny experience with a lot of different streamers, right? And it is kind of everyone involved, and that's what we're trying to find more games of. And there's stuff like Overcooked, but that's only 4 people, unfortunately. And then there's fun games such as like Secret Hitler. That is always a popular game, but at the same time, there's not like a good visual way to play that. Hi, Viz. Gang Beasts is simple. Yeah, it's simple though. Party Animals, same thing as Gang Beasts. Like Uno falls into the category, but Uno's also 4 people. Monopoly is a terrible game. So not Monopoly. Monopoly is a terrifying experience. Like, if we could do... It has to be something... Okay, so here's the criteria, chat. It has to be something where the worst player can still have fun playing it. Like, I can give an example. Say you play Fall Guys with 8 people, and it's only 8 people. You invite a person that doesn't play Fall Guys that often, and they get last every single time. They don't have fun. So it needs to be something about... It needs to be something where it is quite fun for everybody involved. Yeah, if I... one thing that I could potentially do is... Could I get in... Okay, chat, here's an actual legality question. Could I get in trouble if I hire people to code a website for us to personally use only to play specific board games with good interfaces online? Because I don't own the rights to the board games. Could I get in trouble for that? Like, it wouldn't be for public use, it'd only be for stream. Like, we do it with code names, right? You can find Connect 4 anywhere online. It wouldn't be these, like... It'd be... Oh my god. I'm alive and I don't know how. You couldn't stream it? You're making money off of it? Well, we make money off of literally everything. It's a gray area, probably in trouble for it? Okay. If the website is located in the right country, it shouldn't matter. So I have to pay a person in a foreign country, which is already... that's a super gray area, my god. How does, okay, genuine question. How does Tabletop Simulator get away with it, then? Because you can literally play anything on there. How does Tabletop work? They are non-commercialized. They can't purchase the licensing, right? They own literally every board game in existence on there. Sent you a DM? Okay, hold on. This is actually something I'd be curious about, because you might know. All right. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, there's like, it's hard to think about, because I genuinely think Coup could be a funny game to stream with 6 people. it has the potential to like it has everything Among Us wants if you want social deception and funny moments with lying in it. If I went that way, I died to Adam. I just died. Project Winter. We could try Project Winter again. I could organize a lobby of that. What happened last time chat, if you want to know, the last time I played Project Winter, I was an innocent person, and Hafu kept killing me over and over again because she thought I was being suspicious. That's what happened last time I played Project Winter. Can I kill this person? I want to see if I can get the correct angle on it. You were sus? Yeah, but the thing is, you can't just kill people that are sus in those types of games, right? Because I could, if someone's immediately sus, then yeah. But you kind of have to work together to survive. Woo! A little bit of a choke point. Ooh! Another little bit of a choke point. We're just going on a rampage right now. Oh my god. I'm stupid. Yeah, like the issue is deception games are as fun as the people playing them want them to be. That is why so that is why these games have so much potential if you get the right group of people to play them, and why they look so fun when you see a good group of people play them, and then when you try it yourself, you're like, wait, this is boring. How is this enjoyable at all? It is purely dependent on the people that play them. So if you have a person that doesn't understand what's fun about it, then you can ruin it for a person. And it's a very, very fine line that you have to play. I'm gonna kill this person. It's an interesting line you have to play. And then there's also, if not everybody's on the same page, it can become, like right now, I feel like we used to have a balance in Among Us, and I don't feel like the balance is correct right now. I think that the trolls, or the people that we have that are chaotic right now, are a little bit too chaotic, and they don't care at all. I think that is the biggest issue we are running into in Among Us, where the chaotic side has taken it. Oh, hold on. How do I get out of this? Oh, okay. Oh, Lonsetta, you're gonna have to go. I'm so sorry. But yeah. You you bitch. I would humor the idea of designing my own website for streamers to play specific board games, if that's allowed. Like, I would love to just create a new interface of Coup. Because the current interfaces that I can find are really bad, and they're not good for stream. But if I can create one that has like a good interface for stream and just hire a web designer for it, perfect. You need to enforce the rules in the lobby? What am I gonna say? You're not allowed to play anymore if you don't? I have respect by them, but that doesn't mean I can tell a person to, hey, you're not allowed to have fun anymore. You have to realize that, I'm not dying to Celine. You have to realize that these are other streamers that have their own audience, right? And their own audience enjoys something different than mine. Oh, Celine. And who am I to tell them, hey, don't entertain your audience, right? It'd purely be more of, I just have to find other people. And that's the worry. And that's why I'm trying to think of other concepts in games where it doesn't matter how much. Because you can entertain however you want, as long as you don't ruin the game for other people. But right now the game is being somewhat ruined, at least for me. You passive control people in doing a one-person game? No. That's yeah. You need something where everyone is doing something. That is the best. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm a stupid person. First class trouble? I don't like that game. I can tell you exactly why I don't like it too. First class trouble, there's a mechanic in it where the imposter cannot choke the other imposter, no matter what. So if you go around and just choke each other to test, it confirms literally everybody in the game, and then the imposters are out. That is the biggest flaw in that game. Play Muck? I want to do a stream where we play Muck. Secret Neighbor creeps me out. I will never play that game. You can now fake choke in first class trouble? Oh, okay, that changes my opinion a little bit, but even then it's still 6 people. And at that point, I'd rather play Deceit, I think. Maybe it's worth giving it a shot one day. Why would they even make that a mechanic? Deception games as a whole are... You have to have literal years of experience playing them to understand what's balanced and what's not. I'm talking years. And on top of that, you have to have game theory knowledge. So, it is simply a mechanic in the game because they didn't realize how broken it would be, even though I explained it quite simply. Oh, it's gonna get yoinked. My points! Have I played Goose Goose Duck? Yes, there are elements of the game that I like and there are elements of the game that I don't. I know there's an old game called The Ship. I don't think that'd do well. If, like, here's something that would do well. If you can capture the fun, like the fun parts of TTT, and make it so you can't just randomly kill people if you wanted to, and just spice up the audio and the visuals a little bit more, that would be a great game. I think that would become a very popular game. Because realistically, that is somewhat what Among Us is, without the funny little chaos that happens with it. Because TTT, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's Trouble in Terrace Town. It was the Gary's Mod game mode that it was the most popular one on there. And you go around and randomly the game decides if you're a innocent, you're a traitor, or if you're a detective. And it'll depend on the game size of what it is, right? For how many evil people there are, for how many innocent people there are. And the way the game kind of plays out is your goal is to kill people without being seen. And it's a game where there's like rifles and such. It's made off the source engine, so you can like snipe people across the map. And if you're outed as evil, you're not done for. It's not like a thing you get voted out. You have to be killed still. So we can play Witch. I'll plan a widget day for everybody. Actually thinking about it, that'd be a good game. It's yeah, but TTT is not a game where if you're outed, you're immediately dead. And so what it causes is people to have really funny interactions, and all of a sudden someone dies next to them and they freak out, and it's content. But you have to have people that know how to play in a fun way, where I'm sure the people that have played it and know what I am talking about, you join 50 servers and they're the worst thing in existence, but you find that one server and it's the most fun game you've ever played. I played TTT for 2 years of my life growing up on a hidden gem server, so to say, that ended up being one of the more popular servers. It got a little bit private, but like the sense of community there was amazing. Like I feel like I could talk to some of those people if I were to reach out to them, and they would remember me. Like there was a reunion of that server where we kind of got all back together and played for a little bit. Not too long ago, like a year or two ago. And this is a server that was like 6 years ago, and we all remembered each other. And that is what a good sense of like everyone kind of knows what they're doing, but also knows how to have fun with it, and there's a skill cap about it. And it's people will definitely try, but people will also mess around, and tons of jokes were to be had. that is what I want in a stream. That is exactly what I want my content to like be around, where it's kind of centered around friends and interactions with people, but it's a funny group. Remember when I said, like, I talked to Hafu about this a lot, or mentioned in the past of, like, I used to be a big fan of the Late Night with Cry and Russ and that group of people, because they did board games, and it was like games with friends, and it was a good time, and it was jokes, but they also knew how to have fun with it. Obviously things happened, but I kind of want to emulate that feeling of a little bit of skill and potential of outplaying and really cool things to be had, a lot of fun and jokes where it doesn't take itself too seriously, and also a little bit of like mystery to it. How am I so fast? When you go to the water, you speed up. You can see the speed meter in the bottom right. I'm at 1,000. The water just makes you really quick. Oh, no. That's really unfortunate. But yeah, that's, that game will never be the same because you have to find and organize those people, and it would take streamers genuinely wouldn't know how to do that. And like Among Us, right? People randomly kill. That is the game that, like, if you want a good server, you need to seriously enforce, like, no RDM. And some people won't like that. I tried playing TTT with some streamers previously when Among Us, when we were looking for other options, and it wasn't the same. So I would sooner create my own game to emulate the feeling of TTT over playing TTT itself, I believe. What is RDM? So the game is like, you're an innocent person, there's traders, and then there's detectives. RDM means I'm an innocent person and I just randomly kill a person without any evidence of it being them. Essentially sheriffing blind, if you want it in Among Us terms. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Goodbye, my viewers. What was I talking about? Yeah. RDM is essentially sheriffing blinded Among Us without a reason to kill them. The game has, TTT as a whole, has so many little intricacies, such as you won't know a player is dead until you like, if you kill a person in Trouble in Terrorist Town, their body remains there and it says unidentified body, and you have to go up to it physically and inspect it to see who it is. They will show as alive until you do that. There's no meetings. Or you kill a traitor that killed that person and then it shows they're dead. So you can be in a final situation where there's only 2 people left and the innocent person will think there's like 7 people alive still. And there's voice comms. Like, there's proximity chat, so to say. Does that make sense? That is, there's so many little intricacies that I would love to, like, see if I could recreate, because that game was genuinely one of my favorite things I've ever played. And it's hard. It makes a little sense? Yeah. It's what Among Us wants to be, where you can have the people mess around, and it's a game where you can actually have the trolls be chaotic and mess around, and there's like little special weapons that you can add to it to make it even more funny for the evil people and whatnot. And there's little, like, just side things where they can have their own adventure, and you can, like, you make your own content. Oh, that person almost died. Oh, I almost got you again. I'm not faster than him. Woo! It's like what's it? It's like It's like matador, something like that. It's a game of chicken. Who turns first? But yeah, I think that would be the type of game that I'd want to. I feel like I can make an amazing social deception game with the help of a lot of people from that have experience in other deception games too. I feel like I genuinely could make a good game. And it's something that I want to do eventually. But the issue is I don't do art right now, and I don't know how to code. But I have concepts and I have ideas. And I'm good at leading and trying to convey my vision. Did someone just die there? No. Oh, God. That is something that I want to do. It'd be amazing to see. Yeah, it's I think it would genuinely be the next thing to be played whenever it is made. Because it is exactly what everyone wants. It is kind of make your own content, and you have the potential to do stuff. There is skill involved. It's like Among Us is an unintentional hidden gem. Among Us got, I'm gonna say they got lucky with, I highly doubt they plan to have as high of a skill cap as they do in Among Us. Does that make sense? I can't imagine Among Us intentionally had that high of a skill cap, and it kind of just happened. But it managed to be hit a lot of notes of what's good. And you can see in the map, like the one that we created in Submerged, we tried to utilize that. But I'd say even now, think about Submerged. Think about when people play. How often do they use the vents there? The vents are good in the map. The vents are actually quite insane. But it's just people don't try as much anymore. And there's nothing I can do about that. That's purely on them. Oh, that guy's dead. I'm so mad that I died to them. I'm so mad that I died to them. I shouldn't have turned. Hold on. Oh no. Oh no, chat. Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna go again. It would be I've seen streamers make games before, right? You have I believe his name is Danny, made Muck. You have, remember the whole like Syndicate, like all those people, they made that one like horror game that was bad. I don't even know if it was bad actually. It just looked very, very like unbalanced and kind of just, you're there and just like it seemed very much like a streamer game, so to say. Let me put it like that, playing up reactions, YouTuber game. I have yet to see a streamer make a game that fully is good for the public and for streamers. Does that make sense? And I take that as a challenge. I think simply creating a very good Mario Party game or a social deception game that hits the correct type of notes is just it's a free pass. It's literally, you have all the other, like, you're a streamer, right? So you can already convince other people to play it. And then if it's good, people will play it on their own. And then it just explodes. That's all it needs to be. He's gonna turn on himself. Speaking of this, I did see you guys post your selfies on Twitter. So you know what? I'll humor them. I will browse with I'll browse with the idea of looking at it because you guys wanted to do it. And you guys have some style, some of you. It was fun. It's interesting seeing what the viewers look like, right? So you guys aren't just like an entity. You guys are actually physical beings. It's fun. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, Chad, of course I have to throw the sum of you in there. Who would I be if I didn't? This person has 40 thing. I won't be able to kill this man. This man is he's too quick at the game. He's too oh my god, I'm losing points. I am losing points. Let me see if there's a person I can assassinate. I can kill Tom. Oh, he's dead. No! Oh my god, that guy's cracked at the game. Did I say when Among Us starts? 4 p.m. PST. You can put that into Google if you want to know where that is. Yeah, I think I'm at the point where that's also part of the reason I want to start exploring art more. Is to kind of like I want to start storyboarding and figuring out like what would be a good art style and start talking like that was the secondary reason why I wanted to make the Among Us map. I knew, like, trust me, I knew for a fact that other people would not make it. I knew I was going to be the one. If I wanted a fun map, I would have to make it myself. And I mean, hey, we made it. It was done. And I'm happy about that. But that was also the other reason that like I wanted to start getting developers and artists for oh my god, that is a mess. That is a mess right there. Yeah, for if I want to make my own game. The only thing that I'll run into is that game won't be done for a few years, I'd imagine. At least 1 to 2 years. Because we haven't started it at all. But, I mean, chat, think of it like this. You know how many flaws there are in Pummel Party? Do you know how easy it would be to fix those flaws and just make more fun game modes? Like, Pummel Party is a wasted potential game. They could make that game so much better. And people would play it more if it was better. But there's just no Mario Party-esque game that exists that's good on Steam. And isn't that insane? Isn't that, like, legitimately insane that there's nothing on Steam that's better? Like, think about that. Do you know how many people would buy that game to play with their friends and streamers play? That's the... Listen, that person just respawned and they killed me. Alright, well... Like, I'm just toying with ideas of what I want to do next because... Like I said, I wanna kind of rebrand and, like, improve my streaming quality and, like, find... I still, at the end of the day, think I'm a person that works... I can do solo streams quite easily, right? Like, I can easily talk for hours, and I can make it entertaining, or I can make it a serious conversation that's interesting to listen to. Like, I'm good at that. But it's, at the end of the day, I didn't stream for making money. I streamed to have fun with friends and, if people enjoy watching it, they have fun along the way. And streamers... Okay, I'm just cutting them off. Streamers happen to be fun people. And it's like, there's a reason they're popular, right? It's because they're fun. So I want to, like, still capture that. And try and figure out where I want to take my content next. Because I think Among Us is over. Unless they do something that kind of resparks the fun... Oh, I can't believe I actually started that, by the way. Unless they do something that... Unless I find a new way to revamp the game to get people hyped up, I think Among Us as a game is done. I think Modded isn't done, but Modded is not Among Us. Among Us is a social deception game where there is evil people and you try and figure out the evil people and vote them out. You look at a modded game, and that's just You have no idea what the fuck is going on. That makes sense, chat? Like, you guys might still like Among Us, but think of, like, be honest, chat. Do you like Among Us, or do you like the game that we play that has a skin of Among Us characters on it? Think of it like that. I think you need people that want to play deception games. The biggest issue with that is the people that want to play deception games aren't necessarily the most entertaining. It is very hard to find a person that understands both entertainment and can be competitive at the same time, but also knows when to tone it down. I think I'm a person that can do that. I think Toast is a person that can do that. I think Steve is a person that can do that, but Steve goes more on the content side. I think Corpse can do that. I think Sykkuno in his own way can do that. Does that make sense? I'm sure there's other people that I'm missing also. But as a whole, that's where my mind takes me. So when you try and bring people to play deception games, you can't find 10 me's, 10 toasts, 10 whatever. And sometimes you need the people to throw us off, but yeah, it's hard. The reason Toast quit is because the game became too predictable. I had this tangent earlier during Fall Guys. I think Among Us is not a solved game. It is a solved game because the people don't want to improve. And there's in deception games, there's a certain skill ceiling. There's levels, okay? There's ceilings. It's a multi-story house. And most people get stuck at the first or second. And they don't, it's genuinely hard to improve to break through the third ceiling. So people get stuck. And they get stuck there for a while and they don't want to improve it. And after that happens, then the game becomes very predictable. So it's not necessarily the fault of the game completely, although there are mechanics that can be done where, say people got better at it, right? They got better at lying. Then it becomes, the game is now too easy. Haha. This person is done for. Now it becomes a game of, this is too easy. Because the tasks are way, like, what happened is, we got good at the game, right? And then we got really good at the tasks. And then all of a sudden, we're doing the tasks all in round one. Because the tasks are too simple. That's why I made Submerged, and I made the task more interesting and harder, because as crewmate, there's not much to do. Crewmate is not as fun as Imposter, because it's a little bit, there's not other side things that you can do. Okay, this is genuinely hard. Hold on, I can spin this guy like this. Hold on, this is some dummy. Bozo. Okay, he took an inch. He took an inch. I will commit to killing you, even if I get circled at this point, bud. You're not surviving. I will commit to this. Yeah, I got circled. I didn't get circled. Just Jay, don't do it. Listen. Okay, viewers, please. Do you understand? Do you understand what's happening here? No! I wanted him dead so badly! Okay, you guys have to commit to killing him then. You guys understand what you did there. You guys understand how rude that was. It takes so long to circle people if you need to do it correctly. But, God, what was I even saying? I was so focused on tunneling on killing that guy because it seemed funny. Okay, we're good. That was very rude of you all. I'm actually quite upset with everybody involved. But yeah. Yeah, oh, I remember what I was saying. There's skill ceilings to, deception games. Everyone played the game so much where they hit a ceiling. I'm dead. A Santero! I guess this is something that you guys genuinely don't understand unless you've known me previously from my Mafia days, which is so few and you. Like, the smallest of percentages, and maybe the people that caught me in the beginning of Among Us. You guys don't understand how hard I nerf myself in these lobbies and how much I genuinely throw and don't pay attention to. Like, you guys genuinely don't understand. Like, people say, like, oh, 5-0, he plays too strict, he plays too hard, he tryhards too much. You guys don't... No. Even in the sweatiest of days, I could have played harder. Like, it's something that is a little bit weird. And there's people that, like, they only know me from other people's perspectives, right? So they wouldn't know. But there's a reason I became popular off of Among Us, right? I'm cracked at the game, and I understand deception games. But other people just don't. And think about it. When was the last time that I was given the opportunity to actually try in Among Us? I could tell you probably like 4 tells of every person in the lobby if I were to pay attention to it. Dave, I just have a vendetta against you. I'm sorry, bud. Okay, Kayla, you're dying. Yeah. The shame, it's a damn shame, really it is. If only you were just a little bit better. Back when you played with Yeti, trained XQC 3 months ago, you put much more effort. If I played, I can... Listen, I'm not disrespectful. And I was respectful for the most part, even in those lobbies with Train XQC Yeti. If I played like that with the current people in the lobby, they wouldn't have fun. Because it would be like, why does this guy just know every single time it's me and just doesn't give me even like a room to play? It just wouldn't be fun for them. And I realize this. So it's also like 5-Up doesn't understand how to play for fun and for content. Like, people just don't know. It's annoying seeing the he plays too serious comments a bunch. That is genuinely annoying because you don't know, they just don't know. We're gonna continue. I don't think an extra life is in store for that one. But chat, like, what do... I don't personally know the solution to that besides just playing with entirely 9 new different people. I think there's some people in the current lobby that'd be fun for it. I think Steve in the correct setting would be fun for it, but I am like, I am genuinely, how do I put this? I love everybody that I stream with and play with, right? I consider them great friends. And it really saddens me to say that I don't think if I want to stream Among Us, I don't think it's necessarily the smartest to play with them. And that pains me a lot because I love them. But it wouldn't be the smartest move. The smartest move would be taking like H-Bomb is a good example of someone to play Among Us with. I think Scott understands how to play Among Us in a serious but also fun tone. Who else? Like, I can think of H-Bomb, I can think of Scott. I think I think Fundy's actually good at it. I think Steve, if you put him in the correct setting, but Steve is now pigeonholed into his chat trying to... They just want to watch him. You're not killing me. I think Steve has pigeonholed himself into the mindset of he needs to purely throw and kind of just play for content over trying. So I don't think Steve even does it anymore. But it's like, of course, I want to do, like, listen, if I could, like, stream with Steve every day, I would. So don't take it as me, like, not liking Steve. But yeah, it's a weird dynamic we have now. You're surprised. Steve played the game a lot. I think this is the thing. You guys don't understand that people play a lot. But you also have to remember the viewers put a ton of, like, do you know how many streamers cried while playing Among Us because of the pressure the viewers put on them? Oh, you're dying. No, you're not. Celine, you're fine. You live this time. People say streaming is like like the dream job, and yes, it is. It is a genuinely amazing job to have. But people also don't understand the downsides that come with it, the little hidden pressures that you guys don't see. There was so much pressure that a lot of people put on themselves and chat put on them for, like, if they throw, if a person threw around, do you know how much shit chat would give them? Even in our, like, fun lobbies, in our little more relaxed lobbies, chat would give so much flack to those people back in the day. Because people took it more seriously, as in, like, chat wanted it be more serious, and they wanted, like, well thought out gameplay. And I do think that's also somewhat why it turned into this, because the streamers that mentally couldn't handle that, or there are so little streamers, oh, I died. There's so little streamers that actually could mentally handle that. That's when you throw harder to just spit on chat. I'm a spiteful person, Sleepy. I do that. But also, like, I'm a person. Let's put it like this. I'm a person literally, like, used to verbal abuse, as shitty as that sounds, because I grew up playing Mafia and League. Like, I understand it 100%, extremely well. And I know how to thrive in that environment, and I have a fun time. The only reason I got mad at XQC in that one time was because he played the game in a way I deemed unfun, and then he was being shitty to me. It didn't matter if he was being shitty to me. He was being shitty to me and my friends. Like, if he's shitty to my friends, and he also makes it so that... I'm gonna kill Celine. Hold on. You're dying. Thank you. If you're being shitty to my friends and to, like, the game as a whole, where you kind of just suck the fun away from everybody, then yeah, I'm gonna leave. But if he didn't do that, I would have loved to play with him. Like, I actually enjoyed a lot playing with him, besides when he taskbarred. I think he was one of the more fun people in general. But imagine Janet playing in that lobby. Like, just imagine that in your mind. Imagine Leslie playing in that lobby. Imagine Sykkuno in, like, the heyday of it. It's a weird dynamic. And the viewers thrived on it. But yeah. Ooh, get a little raccoon boy in this player too. And there's no, genuinely, I don't think there's a solution. At least with you're dying. With Among Us is I can't think of a solution with the game of Among Us, because I think Among Us as itself is flawed to a certain degree of how it works now, because the game is too easy as a base game. I genuinely think maybe Among Us could do better if there was side quests and objectives that you can get to unlock roles, instead of it being... Chat, imagine this. Imagine Among Us, but instead of doing tasks and you win when all the tasks are completed and the imposters are voted out, it now becomes a game of... There's a few more players. There's a little bit of proximity chat. but there's a mechanic that forces you to separate occasionally. And instead of doing tasks to win the game, you do tasks to get little power-ups to buff you to figure out who the imposters are. And the game ends either when the imposters are out, or all the innocent people are dead, or there's a time limit. Like, just put like a 15-minute time limit on it. Imagine that as a game. So now you have these crewmates that actually have incentives to try and do their things with other people where they have to separate. And that gives them potential of getting killed. There has to be a mechanic that makes it so if people are grouped, it's not automatically, yep, this person's a guaranteed imposter. And it's not a, there's not like a meeting type of deal where you just vote people out unless you want it to be a meeting. And if there is a meeting idea, it's like you can only call one. Like, that seems like a better oh, I died. That seems like a better alternative. That's the Harry Potter mod, an underrated mod. But the issue is, Base Among Us, the tasks aren't interactive enough for that to matter. Think like press the button in Jackbox, where you have to like read the code out to people, and you can purposely mess it up, or you can lie about, hey, this person revealed as an imposter. Like, there has to be things where you can lie about it. This is what Deceit is. Deceit is a game where you have 2 infected people, 4 innocent people. You can down a person whenever you want, but it requires X amount of people to vote them out, and then they're officially out. And the evil people, their goal is to get enough blood, so to say, to transform, and in the night they can kill 2 people. But if you don't have enough blood, you go on to the next stage, and then it requires less people to get out, and if you survive to the 3rd stage, you can escape. That's the premise of Deceit, in its simplest form. But there are little things in it that you can do that inherently look good, but you can also lie and say, hey, I scanned this person, they're evil, when they're not. And you can cause a ruckus like that. But Deceit is a flawed game also, for plentiful different reasons. It is a solved game where if you play like this, whoever gets the antidote, for the people that have played Deceit, win. Whatever team gets the antidote wins, unless you kill the person with the antidote. And even then. To see what the group would be fun? I don't think... I think it'd be fun, but I genuinely don't think the morning lobby, the people that play in the morning lobby, understand how to play deception games fun. I think they know how to make entertaining content, but I don't think they understand what makes deception games fun for audiences. Does that make sense to you guys? They can make entertaining content, but they don't understand deception games. Like, I don't think majority people, like, people got pissed at me when I said, hey, rule, don't claim your role. Remember how mad people got at me and how, like, and then I explained it to them when I see them fuming, like, oh, I literally couldn't do anything. I was imposter, but you guys just know everything. Well, yeah, it's because you guys know all your roles. That's why this is a rule. And everyone, including viewers, got mad at me for it. And it's purely because people want entertaining content and not entertaining deception games. Like, the thing you also have to realize, chat, is you guys are watching me, right? Meaning you already generally agree with my perspective on stuff. That's why you're a viewer of mine. We're our own little bubble. We're not the majority. I think another example is Yeti was too good at Among Us. There's a reason that Yeti somewhat fell off, is he was too good at Among Us and he didn't know how to balance it in a fun way. I was I'm very similar to Yeti, but I understand a little bit more because I have more deception game experience. With how to make it fun while being good. Well, how to play it in a certain way where I didn't know genuinely as much and give other people a chance. I did not mean to kill this man, this poor little boy. Oh wait, this person's dead too. Goodbye, Paul. Oh, goodbye, Autumns. Damn, here's the timer. I thought you were 10 months. Char. Oh, I looked at chat. Yeti was so good at crewmate over, suspected him as imposter. There's a thing we call leveling in the deception game community, okay? Leveling means you change your gameplay so it's hard to tell what alignment you are, all right? So I can balance my game where I seem innocent as both imposter and crewmate. The thing about that is, most people try and, like, I'm obvious as crewmate. Like, oh, I'm super obvious as crewmate, but I'm, or what is it? My crewmate is so good, and they immediately know why I'm an imposter. Why is this? Let me level myself. And then, instead of trying to improve their imposter, they make their crewmate worse instead. And that is a bad way of leveling yourself. Oh, this is bad. Am I dead? Woo! If you balance towards making yourself worse instead of making yourself better, it sucks. And that's what people do. Alright, the dynamic duo. Aw, Celine, please. I think I'm ahead of Celine right now. I think she's killed me once and I've killed her 3 times. Something like that. Sorry, I was reading chat. I was looking for Celine's reaction. There was a time you couldn't balance debates. Everyone knew your crewmate because you're bored. You want to know why I was bored? Because I have to just play with my mind turned off, not thinking about what anyone is saying or doing, because I would know if they're imposter because they're not trying to improve. There was no fun in me solving the game as a crewmate, because if I wanted to, I would just solve it. They weren't trying to improve. So I'm sitting there as a crewmate, like, okay, I'm not going to group because that's not fun. I'm just going to do my tasks. But then I just hear them speak, and it's, okay, well, it's them. Because they're not trying to improve. So of course I'm going to be bored. And I can try and spice it up a little bit, but even now, I get tunneled on when I'm trying to do something and as crewmate or imposter, because people don't know exactly if it's me or not, but everyone knows when it's everybody else. It's the same premise of you take 9 people that are very obvious what alignment they are in a lobby, and then you put me in there where it's you have no idea what alignment I am. Well, if you know the alignment of all 9 other people, you just know the alignment of me guaranteed. Nothing I can do. It doesn't matter if I'm playing well. If the other people don't play well, it's obvious that it's me. That happened to me and Hafu. And Toast. That's so annoying that you pointed out. Yeah, so like, you see me getting tunneled on every single game. If a kill happens in Among Us that people don't know who it is, I'm voted out. You saw that every single time we've played Among Us recently. Where people will just, if it's a mention that it's me, people will vote on me. Not recently? Every time? Yeah. Oh my god, how are 3 of us alive there? So, there's genuinely no solution to that other than I play with entirely new people. But the issue is, there's not a lobby that wants to play in an entertaining way that's also trying. That's playing Among Us and not custom game mode. Like, name one lobby. And it's not as simple as create a lobby with a bunch of people. Like, I could, as shitty as this sounds, it's not necessarily the best interest for me to organize a lobby of 9 streamers that have like 10 viewers. Simply put, that's not the best idea business-wise. How about Among Us with mods like once? You can ask the mods about this. I'm sure they can talk about this. You don't understand, like, viewers don't understand how hard it is to be a streamer. And like when mods get on stream for the first time, they realize, oh god, all of a sudden I have to like monitor literally everything I say, and they have to think about what they're talking about. It's a hard time. It's scary to a lot of people talking in front of a large audience. You already have Hafu and Toast, find the rest? You think if I'm gonna go to Hafu and Toast and say, hey, you know this cool game called Among Us? Wanna play? I'm trying to organize a hard lobby that people want to try and still have fun with it. They're not gonna say yes to that, are you kidding? I would have to come up with an entirely new game because their issue with the game is it's solved in their mind. It's solved for them because right now the game is solved based on the current players. So I have to come up with an entirely new way to play the game that makes it not solved and makes it interactive and fun for them again. That's how I get people. And Goose Goose Duck, I don't think it's aesthetically pleasing enough to pop off. I don't think that is a big thing in games. It has to aesthetically be interesting also, or it has to have an insane mechanic. And I mean, sorry to the people that created the game, because it is a fun game. It is a replication that doesn't advance it to the next level, and the tasks are still not as interesting. There's a reason that TFT popped off after Auto Chess was made, and that the Valve's version and all the other versions kind of fell off. It is because Riot Games took the concept and heavily improved on it. Goose Goose Duck took the concept and added some changes to it, but it didn't improve on it enough for it to stand out. And that is because of A, the aesthetic, B, the changes weren't interesting enough, and the tasks were not interesting enough. And the game isn't fully intuitive, and it is still quite solvable. You need to purely improve on everything, and also, you want to know why Among Us is so popular? It is because it is so iconic, right? You have the sussy little bakas. It is you look at Among Us, you're like, yes, that is Among Us. Any of the characters, they are so simple, they're little crewmates. They're so easy to identify. Among Us is an icon. You look at Goose Goose Duck. Where is any of that there? Like, look at the characters and just compare the two. The thing is, if the people don't want to improve, then the game won't be more difficult. Yeah. If people don't want to improve, the game is solved. And it is solved because people, like, and that's why Toast and Hafu don't play, because the game is solved because people don't want to improve. Okay, Andrea. And then, if the people that were good at the game don't want to play anymore, and, like, you want to know why Hafu knew it was me so much, chat? It's because Hafu knew when it was everybody else in the lobby. And she knew when other, like, she knows when DK's crewmate, she knows when Steve's crewmate, she knows when Apollo's crewmate, she knows when X, like, down the list, right? And then it gets to a point where if she knows all these people are crewmate, and then there's still, like, some fancy kills happening, she knows it's me, because these people wouldn't do that, because she knows they're crewmate, and who else could it be? It's very obvious in that part, when she spends a moment, listen, she literally walked around with, like, DK, for example, for, like, 2 seconds, and she knows he's a crewmate or not, because of how DK acts. That's why Hafu knew immediately for months it was me. It's purely process of elimination. And there are some tells that I have genuinely that she did figure out. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. But yeah. Ow. I got cornered. I didn't die to tech at least. He died though. What's the problem with organizing a lobby with only people like Toast, Yeti, Apollo, Hafu, Moxie Train, Jesse, H-Bomb, Fundy, etc.? The problem is organizing that lobby. Do you think it'd be easy to convince all those people to play together at once at the same time? No. Especially Among Us, where they're already like hesitant about it. The hard part is getting that to work. And then at that point, is it too sweaty? Is there not enough chaos? I don't know. People haven't played Among Us. People know everything about Among Us. They know the task times. They know exactly how long it is. They know where people are in their mind. So there is even a say we organize that lobby. Now it comes down to Among Us mechanics, not even the entire game as a whole. You have to play so well as imposter in that lobby because people are smart. If I go on Polus and I kill on the right side of the map, everybody on the left side of the map is now clear. Right? And now you have a lobby of smart players who clear half the lobby now, and now it's up to the others. So it is map design is an issue too. There's a huge reason why we have the sabotages the way we do in Among Us and Submerged. And the tasks a little bit harder. So as imposter, you'd also be thinking about this? Yeah. So now say theoretically we're thinking about this as imposter, where we have to play patient. So we're playing patient in a game full of people that are literally cracked at the game, know everything about it, task timers, where to click, how long each thing takes. And you have to play patient. Now all of a sudden, by the time the first meeting goes off, 75% of the tasks are done if we play on other maps. How do you win? And remember, I'm talking about Among Us, the game Among Us, not the modded game that has the skin of Among Us on it. Is a fully sweaty lobby good for content? Not... I'm gonna say no. In the current game state of Among Us, no. If they changed it, yes. If the players are respectful. I don't want yelling over each other. There needs to have... You need to have some middle ground players also that are funny and provide genuine entertaining moments also, and a little bit of chaos, like Sykkuno. Where Sykkuno's good. Pebbles, thank you for 5 gifted. Sykkuno is good at the game because he's unpredictable, and he knows how to play into that for himself, and he's actually knows how to solve the game, but you don't know if it's him or not, and you don't know if he's telling the truth. It's a chaotic way to play the game, but it's interesting, and he knows how to play it on himself. You need people like that. That's what keeps the game a little bit interesting, having a little bit of wild cards. That's why when I organized the lobbies in the beginning, when it was me and Hafu organizing them, it was, you have, what was it, like 4 tryhards, 4 chaotic people, and 2 wild cards. And the varying levels of tryhard depended, whereas like Hafu and I were the 2, we put ourselves in tryhards. I can be a wild card if I wanted to, but I put myself in the tryhard category because, yeah. But now, it's just not the same. So I think Among Us as a whole is flawed in terms of the game, of like how to like where people are right now in terms of gameplay, and flawed in like the people just not wanting to improve because there's only so much you can do. Depends on the type of chaotic. Sykkuno works because you cannot tell if he's imposter and Kuro because he's equally chaotic. Yeah, but he still tries. And there are times where he doesn't, and you have to figure it out. Like, Sykkuno... If other people did what Sykkuno did, I probably would get annoyed, but he does it in a way that works. And I don't know how to explain it, but he's really smart about it. He does it in a non-frustrating way. He's not dead? My god. He somehow does it in a non-frustrating way that makes sense, to me at least. And I genuinely couldn't explain it to you. Oh, that was dumb. What about getting people, new people to play? I know, Iska wanted to play the map. We're at a point in Among Us now where, I'll say this again. We have played the game where I could literally draw a picture of the map photo perfect of Polis and tell you exactly where every single task is and how long every single task takes and the sabotages and where people were in the beginning of the round and how far you can get in X amount of seconds. I could tell you that much level of detail. And now you invite a person that hasn't played Among Us before and you tell them, hey, good luck. It doesn't work. It's not about new players anymore. They have to have some level of knowledge or else it's just overwhelming and not fun for them. That's why you need a new deception game as a whole. Feel like you're trying to solve something with too many problems? Yeah. I'm just talking about, as May's dead. Yeah. Talking about why Among Us the way it is no longer Among Us. Content, I was talking to Fundy about this, where it's like, yeah, for my content, it's like, I think Among Us is milked out. It's dried. Where my videos used to get anywhere between 500k to 1 million views, right? Now I'm lucky to get 200k because my content is still Among Us, and everyone else's content is now Plants vs Zombies, but in Among Us map. Or what the fuck is happening in this chaotic thing that looks like Among Us? Maybe try Mafia with a few people? People are very intimidated. People are very... Mafia is an interesting concept, and I genuinely have zero clue how well it would do. Because Mafia, unlike Smash Summit, for example, always does well, because people enjoy that. But it's hard to convince people that have no idea how to play Mafia, hey, try this game where there's literally zero mechanics visually to solve the game, and you have to solve it purely off of voice. Good luck. Do you know how hard that would be to convince people to try and play it? Especially people that aren't necessarily the best at lying. You put me in that Mafia game, and I bet you I die first the vast majority of the time, or people will not trust what I say. The way we solved that in our Mafia community was we invited the best of the best. So, and even then, the best of in that best still kind of shined through and you didn't know who it was. How many people would have... The ideal Mafia setup has anywhere between 13 to 15 people, in my opinion. You can have more, you can have less, but at that point, if you have less, you should play a game called Resistance instead, or One Night Ultimate Werewolf. You can play different deception games, but Mafia as a whole, generally the best setup needs 13 people. I'd understand Mafia, but I'd like to. I'm trying to think. I mean, you can watch old Mafia VODs. If you type in, like, Mafia on YouTube, I'm sure there's videos where I literally come up, I'd imagine. This is when I was younger, so don't judge what I look like. But yeah, you guys know what I look like now. Mango won Summit, by the way. Oh, I know. Oh, I just crashed into a rock, so I was looking at chat. There's, I don't know what people like on Twitch anymore. Besides simplistic things that are easy to see and very, like... Take Fundy's newest vlog, for example. Let's talk about that. You talk about vlogging in the past, and now you compare it to his vlog. His vlog is very good, and... Or sorry, not even his vlog. Take his video of his fire making stream, or his, like, outdoor stream. That shit is so fast paced because kids nowadays, I mean, I'm gonna group kids as in people that are 16 and younger. Okay, actually maybe even 17 now. They grew up on their phone, looking at a screen for constant ads and things going on, growing up their entire life now. At this point, this is how kids grow up now. They literally, kids will like. There's literally kids that if you hand them a book, they'll try tapping on like little like 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds that try tapping on the screen of a book because they think it's an iPad, and they're like, "Why isn't this moving?" Okay, that's the level of electronics that we're at now. And with that, things are just if they don't have something constantly happening, they lose focus and then they just click out. So now you have to make this content for them that is so fast paced that it feels exhausting just watching it for even 10 minutes. Um and you need to create that content for them now if you want to like be the best of the best. Look at a Mr. Beast video. He has insane content going on involving high money amount that's like people are like, "Oh my god." And it's constant scene switch, scene switch, scene switch of giveaway, 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 like right? Like just constant 17 things happening in a video pretty much at once. Like, when's the last time you know what was a good video of his? The hide and seek video, where they rented out an entire abandoned amusement park. And they had multiple different perspectives of the people. That's one of my favorite videos of his. Because it wasn't from my mind, I get exhausted watching the other videos. But I love there's a concept. That's the point of the entire video. There is a prize to it. But it's not 17 million things happening at once for different things. Sure, it's switching cameras and different people, but that was a fun video. They also did like he invited a bunch of people to play like I think it was like paintball with like lives, like balloons or something, where you have to shoot the balloons. Um that's like that's mine, but he hasn't done one of those in a while because like while it is more interesting to me, I'm pretty sure his just giveaway videos do a lot better. And of course he's going to do the videos that are like better and just he's going to do the things that are best for views. And that makes sense. I mean, he's a warlord of YouTube. 100% makes sense. Have you seen his like go look at his reaction videos, like his react channel. That's so high paced. It's just purely the generation now of like you need to do things at a million miles an hour or else people lose focus, and it's feeding into a loop of you see like if this is the content that we have to create, then we'll create it. But now all of a sudden it's the only content that they watch, so the kids get used to it, and it's literally a loop of feeding into itself of you have to create this content now. And this is the only content kids will watch because it's the only thing available. And now kids get used to it and they have to watch it. How do you fix that? You don't. But it's weird. I can go a while and just watch a movie. But I bet you kids can't even I bet you this is gonna call out so many people in chat. I bet you can't even go through a full movie without checking your phone. Not even movie, sorry. A 1-episode show that is 30 minutes long without checking your phone, checking your computer, browsing through Twitter while watching the show. Do you know how many times I watch a movie with a person and they're on their phone distracting like, are you even watching? You're like, yeah, I'm watching, I'm watching. I'm able, like me as a person, I'm able to relax and put stuff down and just enjoy things for what they are. But that's not common anymore. It's not even a boomer thing. It's just how are you able to function in life at that point, right? Like how do you imagine these people working jobs now? Won't you get so bored? Aren't these people just gonna aren't you just gonna get bored? And it's purely the fault of media and the internet. Like, my Among Us videos are catered towards people that want to watch high tier stuff with a little bit of entertaining stuff in it that's not extremely fast paced. It's garnered towards people that are more like me than not. And also, like, another reason why my channel popped off compared to other Among Us content creators is I was able to talk. Like, growing up and just hanging out with friends, right? I always played games and was able to talk to people at the same time. Like, most people playing Among Us, I watch other people's streams, they don't talk during the round and do gameplay. They either talk and don't focus on the game at all, or they only focus on the game and they don't talk. I'm able to do both. There's a reason I'm consistently getting top 10 in this game while reading chat and also talking about my point without like getting lost in the topic. Right? But that's not like that's why I did good. But at the same time, it's a fringe audience. As I say that as I die, because I looked at chat. Talking without paying attention to the game at all, like, yeah. Steve is a perfect example of it. I mean, it's just people will. What is this? Alright, this is something I have to check out later. Can't look at that right now. I enjoy your Among Us. I just can't watch it anymore. No offense, I just didn't like Among Us anymore. Yeah, I mean, Among Us as a whole, perfectly acceptable. I think the content that we put out now for Among Us is genuinely worse than what I put out originally. I think it's not as exciting. I think that's a fault of the players. I think that's a fault of the game, and the fault that it is just we've played that game for a literal year now. And that's fine. I'm not expecting everyone to like my Among Us content. I expect people to maybe like my stream still and exciting stuff that's happening in it, but I don't expect people to watch my videos for a game that's old to a lot of people. It's just here. I guess here's a genuine question for the people that still watch me but not my Among Us videos. I would bet you would love to watch a video if it could capture the same feeling of my early Among Us videos. I bet you'd still watch them. Just the excitement and the mystery and the awe-inspiring plays or whatnot. I bet you 100% that you'd still watch that if that feeling was there. But simply put, the feeling was not. Can I kill this person? Okay, cool. Like, there's very rarely does that feeling pop up. And sometimes it does. But it's, yeah. It's not the same. And it's, there is no game right now that captures that feeling. Streamers are struggling right now. And this brings me back to the topic of the meta being Battleship, Connect 4, Tricky Towers, all this shit. It literally brings us back to that's why the meta is the way it is because there's nothing. And streamers want there to be something, but there's just nothing. And that's why I'm trying to figure out, is there any other fun games to play with each other? Shonen donated $2. Hold on, let me read this. Among Us had a limited lifespan to begin with. It's inevitable for the fun in it to be lost when people that get used to the game and play styles with their fellow players. Yes, but they had okay. Let me give you a time frame of what happened. I'm friends with the devs, and like I'm friends with like Blau, for example. I've talked to Forte and Puff and whatnot, right? There were things that they ran into that made it so they couldn't get stuff out in time. But even then, if they released a map earlier, if they created alternate ways to play Among Us and fixed all the issues they had with it, because genuinely they don't really watch Twitch, they don't really watch streams of their game, they don't understand what bugs are fully going into their game. They released a map 3 months too late, right? They released a map 3 months later than it should have came out. I had a team of 3 coders, a bunch of artists, and um two map designers, so to say, and then me as an overall manager of everything. Okay? And we created a map in 6 months, but we didn't have the source code to the game, and we had to recreate everything from scratch and figure out like 5 new mechanics and code entirely new custom tasks and everything. And we did that in 6 months, which is how long they took. And while you say like, yeah, that's the same amount, you took as long as them, we had to do so much more, and we understood what made parts of the game fun fully, of like mechanic wise. Like people say Submarine is the best map, or Submerged is the best map. They could have easily added more stuff to the game to change the gameplay mechanics of it. Remember me saying like I'm having my coders make a roll that instead of it being you kill a person and they instantly die, you now can tether to them, and after they've been tethered to for a certain amount of time, it marks them, and then you can kill them like a poison, you can ignite the poison, so to say. Like what if I literally made the I don't know, a roll called like the pyro. I know it's the same as arsonist, just bear with me for a second. Where you tether with them, and now like everybody in the game can see if you're tethered to a person besides the person you're tethered to. So you want to go off alone with people and sneak up with them. And then at any point in the game, I can now choose the ignite button, and all of a sudden they would have a little visual effect of, oh, they're on fire and they have a fuse, and when the fuse hits, they die. And there's maybe a few ways that you can save yourself from that, but you don't know who marked you. That changes how you play entirely. And it might cause clumping, but then I'd probably do some mechanics that individually don't, or like prevent clumping. And that's just one way you can do it. There's so many other ways. Like, listen, they had confirmable tasks in Among Us. They originally were going to do med scans for like as a common task, right? You can see vents from Fog of War. There's still like so many glitches in Among Us. How do you like? But this is toying with a concept where I don't even think about it too often. But you see what I mean by like there's so much you can do. Goose Duck is actually pretty fun. It can be fun, and I like the flashlight of it genuinely. But it's not a replacement, and I explained why earlier. It feels a little too clunky almost. It feels like they tried to capture the spirit, but they didn't do it fully correctly, and that's not an easy feat to do it correctly, and I don't fault them for that at all. That's just my personal take on it, and I'd be down to talk with them if they want me to, but there's you cannot tell me that Goose Duck has the same feeling of Among Us. It doesn't offer anything that's awe-inspiring and new. It is just a replication with a few additions to it to improve it slightly. Kayla, are you dying? Yes, you are. Yeah, you can't tell me that it is a. I talked about this with like TFT and other auto chess things. TFT was so entirely new and unique and expanded upon by many different ways while still maintaining the base origin of like what it is. Goose Duck is Among Us with a reskin with a few things slapped on top. It is not new. The thing that was changed was the flashlight, which I do think is a fun change. But the aesthetic isn't good enough either. How do you play with me? You play on the San Francisco servers. Yeah, the Among Us as a whole has more than 100 million people on the phone that play it. Oh, Andre just got me. Um, its life, while it might be slowly dying and slowly dead on YouTube, everybody has it on their phone. It has so many downloads. You look at it, you know what it is. Its phone audience, they still have millions of people playing the game daily. And this is public lobby games, right? Imagine playing a public lobby in your mind, and now imagine millions of people play it. Like, just imagine that. And I'm not talking just kids either. Like, Among Us is the casuals game. Like, if you want to know what a casual plays, it still blows my time out. Yeah. Here's what I will say about Innersoft that I do like a lot. They are a company that wants to make a thing fun, and they are not in it for money. And they are willing to listen to and are open to ideas. And they want to produce something they're proud of and not to mass market it. And I respect that a lot. They're willing to listen to content creators also and such. I respect that a lot. Not too many game companies are like that. Like, imagine if Blizzard was. Can you tell me your favorite tea? Pearl Jasmine tea that I get from Denmark. Also, this quince tea that I get from Denmark. So like the Intersoft, like I'm just saying how I feel about the game as a person who's played it for a year straight, and the changes to the game that had potential and the lack thereof. To the point where I had to make my own map, which came out too late because the interest in Among Us died. While I still think it is a genuinely good map, and I feel like in the heyday, people would have loved to play the map. And that's just it. Still love the developers, and genuinely, if I like, I would love to try and figure out anything and just talk to them to like help improve their game if they want my input on anything. But I think also Among Us is like they're over it in some senses, where like Among Us is still their baby. That's what boomed them. But I think they also want to explore new projects too, which is like, I think that's a good idea, to be honest. I think that's probably the better idea. Where they just use that and they, like, if they just, I don't know. It would just be a better idea. Why don't they reach out to you? I mean, what am I going to say? What are they going to say? I don't know what's going on in their lives. Like, they've helped us with a few stuff, right? Like, they're trying to help us get Submarine published. Or Submerged published on Steam. But you need to, like, subscribe to polis.gg on Steam. And hopefully enough people to get that so it can get greenlit on Steam so you guys will have public access to Submerged. And they're helping us with that. They are trying to do steps, and that's like amazing, right? I can't imagine another game company doing that where they have a literal person create a map for their game and they're trying to get it out. Oh my god. Oh, it's a 50-50. Like that's amazing for devs. Like I said, I hugely respect them and love that they are passionate about their community as a whole. But there's a date, right? There's an expiration date. And it just depends on, are we at that date? Is it just, what is this thing that I'm looking at? Are you serious about wanting to make your own deception game? I hope you do. Listening to your ideas and knowledge, I think it'd be dual. I am serious. It's just, how do I do it? I don't know. Where do I get the time to do it? Who would be the team that I would want to make it on? When would I want to make it? It's a risk. It's a huge risk. Do I even have a firm enough concept? I know what makes games fun, but here's how I would go about the deception game, chat. I would make a concept of a game. I would playtest it. I would take the elements that are fun of that game, and then I would base a game around the elements that were fun, and then call it a game that I'd work on. That's how I would do. I feel like for you as a streamer, you can try hard a game really well, but I just don't think it's Among Us anymore. You should explore other games. Yeah, the thing is, I'm perfectly fine with exploring other games, but I can easily do stuff solo if I wanted to. But the point of streaming for me isn't to be a streamer, it's to have fun with friends and meet new people. So yeah, of course, like, listen, I could go back to League and I can get to Challenger again. I haven't played League in months, and I could easily do that, but I don't want to isolate myself. This is why I had so much fun in MCC, because it was a thing that I can try and get good at while playing with friends still. That's why I loved it. I genuinely loved it. Then there's also the worry of, listen, if I turn on Valorant, I lose more than half my audience. If I turn on Apex, I lose more than half my audience. It's just because people don't understand what's going on. I have an audience that needs something that is easily understandable still, while also I can do something visually impressive in it. So there's no point for me to transition to a game like that fully. It'd be easier for me to get very good at random obscure games that are fun to play with friends that's not oppressive. In Pummel Party, I don't even play every single week, and I place top 2 every single time. There's certain game modes that will always just win generally. I've watched him skill sometimes, but not much really. I think the only thing that stresses out. Five's way of thinking is, of playing Faults is the one thing I like. Yeah, I mean, I love creating a thing and creating an environment where there's tension and high stakes. Even if it doesn't need to be, I could play Vault Hunters and do a vault so much simpler and more relaxed and quick and easy without much risk. But then where's the catch? Where's the excitement there? That's why I do vaults the way I do. I like high stress tension situations with high risk, high reward, and moments of ooh. It's almost like Dream's Manhunt videos. Right? And that's why his videos do well, is because there's moments of high tension stress and well played stuff, and also little bits of probably funny moments that people like. But also, yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna die here. For most streamers who stream to have fun, etc., I think it feels like there's a limited amount of games to play that you can play with said friends, even if there isn't. What the fuck was that? Is there? Are you good? I knew. I was like, it's. My guess was it was Ellum. But you want to know what's really impressive?
What?
I knew it was a European. I just didn't know.
Did not.
No, I genuinely knew there was a European that joined into that. I just didn't know which one it was.
You knew a European joined in Discord by this. I did.
I didn't. So I couldn't.
There's no way.
There's no notification.
No
there was no
way.
notification for someone joining. I just knew as soon as I heard it that was a European.
What?
Yeah.
That is such a lie.
It's not a lie.
Way.
If you hook me up to a heart monitor, that is a genuine 100% true.
Okay, I believe you.
My guess was Ellum though. I turned Fundy up. Yeah, I've been on a tangent right now, Fundy. I've been on a tangent just talking about games, and I want to make a game, Fundy. I want to make a deception game.
I know. I want to make a game too, but hey, I suck at that.
Let's hire a team and make a game.
I have two games that are currently in the works.
That you haven't touched.
Yeah, I haven't touched in like a month or two.
Fundy, I'm going to force you to make a game with me and a team of people and artists. Okay. Chat, you heard it. We're gonna make a game.
Does chat hear it? I just see a lot of he's quiet.
I turned you up.
Do you ever look at your Discord mixer when other people talk and see how high that thing goes?
As in, like, user volume?
Your OBS mixer, I mean.
Yeah, I see the level that it goes, and I see the level that you guys go, and I try to balance it where, like, my voice meets theirs.
So where do I reach if I talk normally like this?
Oh, you are very quiet right now.
Yeah, fucking come on, fix it.
Oh my goodness. All right, fine, talk.
Jesus, professional streamer.
Okay, listen. So, I didn't change the audio at all. You helped me with it earlier.
Professional streamer over here.
Anyway.
He's really quiet.
Okay, well, is he better now, chat?
I'm quiet. What? Why does no one know how to write quiet?
He's quiet.
I'm quiet. Funny's quiet. Quiet what?
He's quite something, that's for sure. Yeah, I've been on a tangent about games and what to do. It's been fun. It's like a little
So
podcast
quiet.
almost.
So quiet.
Still quiet. Well, you're at 200%
Quiet.
now. Maybe this
Better,
is
but
your own
so
fault.
quiet. He's quiet.
Maybe this is your own fault because you're at 200% right now.
This is so much not my own fault. This is definitely OBS on your end.
This is dope.
What? Okay, you know how it shows like a little bar from green to orange to red, right?
Is he better now? Yeah.
How far does it get?
I mean, so there's like the little, you know, in OBS, right? There's like the black bar, and then there's like the green thing that goes all the way. Like the black bar is where your average mic is or something.
Sure, but just pay attention to where the
The
levels hit.
green, so the level, when you speak, barely
Right.
almost like hits. It doesn't. It's like it hits yellow, like just the very beginning of it.
Yeah, it needs to hit the end of yellow.
Oh, okay. Speak.
If it hits the end of yellow, then it's fine.
If it hits the end of yellow,
Flash
okay.
beam! So take a look at this, okay? Look at this.
Okay.
Look in this.
I had it. I
Well,
had it
okay,
like
desktop is a little bit loud, but you know, you get the point.
yeah.
Y'all have bad ears? No.
It's better now. I had it like this. Okay, you want to know the upsetting part? I had it like this earlier, and then you came in here and said people are too loud.
Well, there's a difference in like loud level where if people are loud, there's two options you can do: either make yourself louder or make them quieter, right?
So I just have to. You know what's hard is people depending on who they're with are different volume levels. So like
Yeah, but that's
Ellum,
why Discord you can alter it, right?
yeah, but then I have to do that every single time because like Ellum was
You can
fine earlier.
you can set it individually. I've at the start of like as example for like everyone in Among Us lobby is like set perfect for me, where everyone's equal level.
Mhm.
Like Hafu, Gumi, you, Elam, Koji, like they're all, you know, like the I have you at 200%, but then as example Hafu's at 120, and then I think Steve's a little bit below it.
Yeah, I just have to alter it every single time is the thing. But yeah.
Well, suck it up. You're a streamer. You gotta be good at the games.
It's fine.
What were you ranting about?
I was talking about game design in Among Us and why its lifespan is over, type of deal, and what happens, and boring stuff probably too. I was talking about actually how people now want very fast-paced content. And I brought you up a few times, sort of like your fire making stream, your wood stream, and how the video is exhaustingly fast-paced, where it's still entertaining, but that's the only thing that kids can watch now before they get bored, because they'll just click away.
Yep. It sucks, but that's who kids be right now.
Yeah, and I was kind of talking about that and how, yeah.
I mean, my vlog is like very fast paced and it's banging.
Yeah, it's exactly what I talked about. Where my viewers, I'm pretty sure my audience is actually middle-paced content. Just because that's the type of person.
No, I don't know. Like on average, I think most people like fast paced stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And while you say that your audience is like on the middle of that, it's more that your audience is able to tolerate it when it's not fast paced. Is how I think it is.
Yeah.
Where you have an audience that likes fast pace, and you have an audience that doesn't need fast pace.
It seems like a lot of my viewers are saying they like middle pace and fast pace is too exhausting for them.
Interesting. Then I think it's also like yeah, then it's definitely the audience, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it's just different audience groups.
It definitely, I would say majority of my viewers do not watch Tommy, for example.
Everyone watches Tommy. I don't watch Tommy.
I'm eating a biscuit right now.
I'd say like
Wait, Fundy, don't you have to record something?
I have it in 8 minutes. It was supposedly a little while ago, but it got postponed. That's why I now have nothing to do, and you know,
I see.
I went through all the things that I had to do, and literally nothing seemed interesting. So my last option was basically joining you.
Oh, so I'm your last option.
I never said that.
Uh-huh.
I might have said that. But
You
that's
might
not
have
what I
said
meant.
that. That's how it was
I don't
phrased.
know what that's
A
not-
little
that's
bit of hurt.
happening.
A little bit hurt.
Well.
This is the man that I'm going to visit soon.
So about this fast and such pace.
Yeah. So what do you do about that, right?
Well, so what even is your thing about it? Like, why was it brought up?
I was talking about how Among Us is a game. The premise of Among Us, of why it was so popular, was it was unintent. They definitely did not. They got lucky is the best way I can put it with their game, where they did not try and make it as high skill mechanic as it is. It just happened to be like that, and how many little intricacies that go into the game. They did not design it like that. It just happened, and why Among Us popped off was the content creators as a whole combining together, creating. In the beginning, everyone tried, and it was interesting content, but also fun because people made it fun. And Among Us right now is it's not Among Us anymore. It's modded content with an Among Us skin. And I was talking about like what you like I would want to make my own game about like a deception game to make it better because I know what makes things fun for deception games while also preserving the content of it. Um and Among Us just doesn't do that anymore because people just they don't try. And Among Us has like it has like skill ceilings, right? Like it's a multi-story thing. And everyone got stuck at the second skill ceiling. Like everyone knows the timing of stuff, but they didn't improve on lying. And the game is solved because people don't want to improve in lying or improve themselves. So everyone's just stuck and it's solved. And now it's only the chaos of everything that does good and mods that are like Plants vs Zombies, and that's why I don't like it.
Yeah, the mods are. Well, so here's the thing, right? So the mods that are currently going with Among Us, they've gone on a level where I think it's just completely a different audience.
It's a very different audience. The core audience that was the deception game audience exists because Among Us existed for a long time. It was so popular, right? That's just the thing that you have to know and agree with. So Among Us no longer has the audience because people stopped trying, and it lost that spark. But
Right.
but that or audience will come back if there's a game that provides that spark.
I see.
And you just have to find that. And I was also talking about like people as a whole right now. The meta is Connect 4, Battleship, Tricky Towers, these little casual.
Well, you're saying Battleship, but like it's not really a meta.
It's not
more of like
a lot of people are playing a lot of battle. Like I'm just saying, it's simple games that you can play with that are easy for the audience to understand, and then you can make fun little clips and content about it and make it fun. But you can't like, I can't boot up Valorant, for example, right? Because people get bored because they just don't understand it. It's too complicated. They need something very simple to understand.
Right.
So it is very much trying to figure out what are these simple games that you can play while still making it fun with people. And I was talking about like
games. What are like games that have been like, that have been a thing for so long without updates?
Like Melee,
Smash.
Melee, well, StarCraft.
Is it really that big? I don't know. I'm not in that community.
It's big for what it is, I guess. It's not anywhere like the level of like League or Minecraft, for example, right? But there's I mean,
like CS:GO.
CS:GO, like they technically has update, but its core gameplay still is the same.
Yeah, but the updates had nothing to do with the game itself, and the game has been the same technically for 5 years, right?
I'd say technically like the Mario Party-esque games, it has a formula that's not updated. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, no, that's true.
I was talking about how it'd be so easy to just create a good, like Pummel Party is the only thing that exists on Steam or on the internet that's a Mario Party that's actually okay. But even then, it kind of sucks. And you could easily improve it.
I'd say one of those games is super easy to make too.
Yeah, like I want to make a game because people would love to play a party game with a bunch of different mini games, and you can come up with so many. You can copy even, and just make it and put it on Steam, right? Like it'd be so easy to do that, and everyone would play it and stream it, and then people could also play with friends. Like I want to make that as soon as possible. But
I'd say that can bang. Yeah.
Yeah, like I want to do that instant. Like let's create a game studio. Let's hire some people. Let's make that.
Sheesh. Okay, well, if you want to take the lead on that, I'm down. Right now, I kind of have my hands full.
That's fair.
Like I'm down to help out with that kind of stuff. I love to make games. I love to code that kind of stuff. I love to like have some vision on it. I just don't want to take the lead because
I am
that-
fine.
don't
I
wanna
am
do
super
another
fine
thing.
being a lead on it. Like I was, that was a hidden reason for.
All right, you make it. Listen,
Mhm.
if you initiate making an actual game studio, an actual like company for that kind of, that was a clean kill, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you initiate that, I'd be down to help you out with
Okay.
it. All right.
You gotta go
Do
there.
you have a name?
How much do you want to be involved in it?
Very much.
Very much.
Massive. I want at least 70% of 50%.
So 30%.
I don't know. I want some percent.
Okay. Chat, what should we? We're not gonna name a chat. You can't even. You don't. You guys don't even know how to pronounce that name. Like I pronounce it personally, Fundy. Right?
Yeah, what's up?
Exactly. You guys don't even know how to pronounce that. You can't pronounce that out loud. I can't name that a game studio.
5 Undy. Yeah, that sounds fucking attractive for a studio.
That's like a great studio name.
God damn it, chat, please.
The chat immediately goes for the worst name possible.
Oh
It's
my
him
god,
plus
yeah,
him.
that sounds great.
Yeah, it's literally just pronounced Fundy.
We will call it Fundy with a 5. Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, people know how to say that when they read it. People will be like, "Yup, this is my favorite game studio." 5 Undy. Well, I don't know.
We'll think of some good names for later. This guy's a survivor. What the fuck?
You're right. Oh my god, there was one earlier that was just. We use this. We're not gonna name it Fund Up. We probably wouldn't name it something combined of us in terms of our name. It'd probably be related to our characters. Fuck.
Fup.
Fup. Yeah, we
I
would.
don't know. Pink Fox. That kind of does sound like an
Pink
indie
Fox
dev
Studio?
studio.
Yeah, that wouldn't be terrible. I don't know. We could easily think of some interesting stuff. But I am serious about making games and whatnot. Like there's too many easy things to happen or to make that just don't exist yet. That would do well guaranteed.
Okay, let's think about this. Ubisoft
Okay.
literally means nothing, right? Blizzard already is Activision. Fucking dumb.
I mean, there's.
I'd say Pink Fox is a good start
Mhm.
for now.
You want to
Pink
know the
Fox
sad part
Studios.
though? Is I am only pink because of my Among Us character. I don't even know I'm known as the pink man other than that. Like my everything else is not branded as that. Like I'm fine with it. It makes. This is the worst day of my life.
It sounds alright though. Oh my god.
How did I even die there? Yeah, I was gonna say, doesn't Ubisoft actually mean something? Ubiquitous software.
Oh my god, that sucks. That sucks. That is garbage.
I have a few Ubisoft employees in my chat. You should really not insult them.
I don't care. That sucks. My god.
I did not know that, but that is not an attractive name.
That is a horrible name.
I thought it was just like a French studio or something.
This is nothing against Ubisoft. This is against the name being garbage. My god, like, all I wanted to point out is that, yeah, we're used to Ubisoft now, just as we're used to Apple and Android and BlackBerry.
I want to know
and
why,
stuff,
like, Valve was Valve, right? Like,
yeah.
Because
Valve, by its name, also sucks. It just became less sucky because it became more common.
I actually kind
of
like the concept
an indie dev studio coming up. We want to call ourselves Valve. No, it's dumb.
I actually
dumb
like
name.
Valve as a name, and the Valve.
Why?
I don't know. It seems simple enough. While
All right,
also...
let's call ourselves Wrench.
Yeah, I know.
Let's call ourselves Plumbing.
Plumbing
Studios.
Listen, I thought about this also, but I didn't say it. But I mean, I like the concept that Valve made Steam. Like that's a fun little quip.
That has to be the origin of Steam, though.
No, it is. Valve released Steam.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
Isn't that fun? I think that's cool.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. You know, for a second, I've gotten so used to Steam to the point where when you said that Valve made Steam, I was like, yeah, I know, because I didn't even think about the Steam as like actual, outside of the name that
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people's minds are like blown. Like there's like Tinder, and you match with people.
Oh, 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 right. What else is there?
There's a few examples. I'm trying to remember all of them. I can't think of it like too much off the top of my head, but I know there's a lot of them.
What about like Pink Fox and
Foxglove, it's a
release
flower?
some sort of like launcher and we call it Paint
Paint?
because we painted the fox pink.
I mean,
Oh, paint
logo,
already exists,
logo. Trust me, I have logos down already. It's just coming up with the name.
I mean, Pink Fox is very logo friendly.
Yeah, I'm down with Pink Fox, honestly.
Pink Fox.
Pink
It's
Fox.
not bad. I'm down with that. That's good. All right, we're pretty much 50% of the way of making a game. Listen, the name was the most important.
Exactly, exactly. How do we brand ourselves? Foxling? That doesn't really sound like a game studio, though.
Foxling sounds like an entity in a Minecraft mod.
Yeah, it doesn't, like, it needs to sound like a studio. And Firefox sounds too similar to Firefox.
I love how they're going with, like, Firefox. Like, after we bash them on the fact that you can't have the number in
You can't have a number. You can't have a number in a besides like having like 1, 2, 3 or something like that. You can't really have or like the number 4. I think you can't really have a number in a name.
What do you mean
7
besides
Up?
1, 2, 3? What studio has a 1, 2, 3?
I don't know. It just seems like the only thing I can think of that has a number in its name is like 7 Up.
Oh yeah, 7 Up is the only thing. 1, 2, 3 studios. I hate it.
4chan? Okay. 343 Industries?
Yeah.
There's the 365, or there's like that one like food brand thing that has a number. Six Flags?
2K Games. 2K Games is
2K Games, true. But that's like okay.
Dumb. It's dumb.
It's not good.
No, it's not good. They just made some stuff.
Five Guys? Well, it's simply Five Guys made burgers.
That's actually spelled out 5, not with the number though.
Yeah, that's also true. I want this, please. Thank you. Oh, I'm killing this person. You're dying. Ah! But yeah, I think like making a Mario Party-esque game, one of the simplest things you can do.
You are going on a killing rampage. What is this?
Oh yeah, I usually just do this. Just casual little old me.
Casual little old you.
Forever 21.
Okay.
Well, because 21 signifies an age, chat. Okay? 21 is kind of an important age for Americans. What does the 5 have to do with anything in my name?
Well,
there's nothing.
There's 5 of... Well, if you have 4 more of you, you have 5.
Yeah, let's create a company with only 5 people in it.
5 guys.
This sounds like a great idea. It's never gone wrong before.
No, I'm down with Pink Fox Studios.
Yeah.
It's got good logo potential.
It has a cute little intro to a studio, as in like in the beginning of a game.
Could you imagine if we do like okay, a hypothetical sense, right?
Yep.
We make Pink Fox Studios a thing.
Yep.
Right? It bangs. We have our first game, everything goes well, and they're used to this Mario Party thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next game we release is just this fucking Doom-esque like
I mean,
like Pink Fox Studios super sweet intro, you know, like when the
oh yeah, it's nothing but like rancid violent thing. It'd be good though. I don't know, like there's super giant games. Even super giant, listen, I love all their games. Hades, Transistor, Bastion. Super giant games is not necessarily the best name. Same with like that game studio. They made Journey. Not necessarily the best name of a studio.
Pink Fox Studio on Instagram, it exists.
It
That's
already
what they do.
they already exist?
Yeah, I'm sorry. They have 7 followers. It's done. We can't do this
Oh
anymore.
shit.
Sorry.
I killed myself. I was just so upset about it.
Yeah, you can do some very simplistic and cool designs with Pink Fox.
Mhm.
Name.
Oh, definitely.
I like that. Good.
Good. Now we just have to do it. I don't know. There's games to be there's games that can easily be made and improved upon. Like Among Us is a thing, right? And then there's that Goose game that came out, right? Goose Goose Duck. I don't think it improved on Among Us enough to become popular. I don't even know if you've seen it, but it's just like Among Us is good because the characters are so iconic, right? You can look at it and you can say, "Yep, Among Us sus."
Yeah, that's true.
When you look at this Goose game, right? You see ducks. What's so special about that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Pummel Party,
Design
I
of
mean,
Among Us is very
Pummel
good.
Party you can kind of look at it, right? But Pummel Party is just so like there's so many design flaws in that game and they don't update it. They can just
The
easily make
reason
it.
Pummel Party gets played is because there's no better.
Yes, exactly.
Thus, creates big potential.
Very, very true.
Oh, let's see. How many people play Pummel Party nowadays?
It's only like listen, chat. Whenever every Saturday it's every Saturday Pummel Party gets played. Pummel Party only gets played when a group of streamers come together and decide it's time. That's the only. No one ever plays it in their own volition.
Let's see.
No, I have never heard anyone say, you know what, this is a perfect example, chat. I have had so many people say, like, oh my god, you know what, let's play Mario Party. I have never in my life heard someone say, oh my god, can we play Pummel Party? It's purely a thing for people to play as a stream. Name one person that says, oh my god, let's play Pummel Party, please.
So the average amount of people that play is around 2,000. And that's a peak per day.
Huh. I just
So
died.
2,000 players at one point during today.
Yeah, I mean, it's people, right? But it's a Mario Party game. There's only 2,000 people, and it's the only one in existence, right? That's nothing.
Yeah, it's not good. It's just not good.
It's just not good. Like, we could easily make something good.
That was a peak, actually. That's peak. That's not average. What I called.
Yeah, it's peak.
Average is 1.300. 1.3 thousand.
For the only Mario Party game on the internet, like, yeah, it's not good. And even Mario Party is, like, the newer ones are kind of flawed, right? Like, you could easily make a more fun one. You could take the best parts of every Mario Party-esque game and combine it into your own game.
Yep.
You don't even have to think about the insane concepts. You can literally rip off every single game on there and combine it.
I'm not saying stealing, but I'm kind of insinuating stealing.
Yeah, you literally could steal and just reskin it and just be like one of those companies. Release Chess 2. The problem is the more open you make it party-wise, the more it costs to develop. Oh, it would be an investment, but do you know how much money Nintendo makes? Imagine if you make the best Mario Party game on Steam. It's simple, right? You literally have to have 8 people buy it to play it together, right? So it's a large cost.
I'd say like.
But you can also do a bundle deal.
Better as well.
You can do it like if one person has it, invite one person to play for free.
Exactly. You can either do that, or you can literally make it free and just have like
DLC costumes.
Huh?
Like little costume in-game accessories, like Among Us.
Yeah, exactly. Some accessories, or
I think
you can unlock more mini games or whatever else.
I think you make it $5 for initial development costs as a whole. $5 is affordable enough for the public, and on top of that, you can have DLC and little costumes. And as in like the DLC is you can unlock more maps and a different pack of mini games every like few months or something.
See, I mainly have a concern with a game. See, I looked this up. A lot of games that require multiplayer,
Mm-hmm.
where it's multiplayer co-op, so not multiplayer online, it's multiplayer like with a friend or with a group or anything like that. If they cost money, they do significantly worse.
Okay.
Um, because
I mean, I would.
you, the people that buy it are scared that their friends won't buy it,
Mm,
and hypothetically, if you buy like Mario Party, right?
yeah.
Um, and Mario Party was only online and you had to get friends to buy it, you would be a lot more hesitant because let's say you're not a streamer, let's say you just do it for fun, and you want to
Mhm.
buy that, you then require 7 other people to actually buy the game for you to actually enjoy a good 8-party lobby, right?
Hmm.
And that immediately like that's not that amazing to
It
hear.
it would depend on what we'd want to do it for, right? Because there's multiple ways of looking at it. There I would talk to a few game developers about it. I could probably talk to Blau about it. But is it worth sacrificing the initial cost for uh, X amount of players? What makes more money? Do you want to do it for the pure enjoyment of a game, or do you want to do it purely to make money, etc.? Like all those factors of just decide how you release it.
Mm.
So it'd be purely what we want it to be and why we want it to be a thing. But yeah, I mean, both ways have their own valid reasoning. It's just I I probably wouldn't want to make a thing to operate in the red. I would easily make a game studio to break even though. But if it was in the red, I wouldn't. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
So as long as I break
It's just
even,
that
that's fine. I'm happy with releasing games as long as I can recoup the cost. But if I can't,
yeah.
then I wouldn't.
It's just that a lot of times games that cost money and that require a friend are very like they have so many comments or so many like reviews that say mixed or even like downvotes due to the fact that they had to like get a friend to get it, and that's a whole hassle. And now imagine having to get 3 friends
I mean, what you
for
could simply
for
do
the
is you
lobby.
could do like buy one and get an 8 pack or something, so you can give it to 8 friends.
Yeah, if that works, I don't know if that's
That's the thing you can do.
optional. If that works, that would do it
Yeah,
100%.
I would do it like that, where you buy it and it gives enough for every single person. But then there's a person that doesn't have it; they would have to buy it. And if you already
Does
have enough,
Steam allow to do that? I don't
yeah,
think Steam allows that.
Steam allows you to.
Really?
Hmm.
Ah, okay.
Like Jackbox. No, because you would literally launch it. You would own the game physically. Jackbox, you just enter it on a browser.
Yep.
Hmm.
Firefox, that doesn't really roll off the tongue.
No, it's also too similar to Firefox. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going down a like this stream today was a lot of talking. I mean, I talked to you about it briefly earlier, right? Whereas like Among Us isn't it, and I kind of want to know what to do next for my content besides IRL because I still want to do game stuff.
Yeah. Well, either way, I gotta do some recording.
Yep. All right.
uh,
Good luck. Good
uh,
luck. Good luck.
ah!
Good luck. Good luck. Bye. All right. But yeah, I mean, clearly he agrees, at least on some aspects, I'd imagine. Oh, this person's dead. I don't know. There's your little interesting like conversation. Today was a very introspective day. Not necessarily the most exciting in terms of like funny entertainment. This is more of just an interesting stream, I'd say today. Right? I'm not done, chat. I'm still streaming. You should start a podcast? I want to. I'm good at talking about things I think about. It's just I have to have a topic that I can dive into, and then I can go with it for hours if I need to. I just have to have a topic. How dare I introduce you to this game? Yeah. So chat, this was Little Big Snake. Like I'm a VIP in it, which I'm kindly partners with Little Big Snake, right? I'm one of their partners, which I'm really happy to, because I mean my audience loves this. Um, why is this showing up here? I actually don't know. But I am a VIP, and everyone can get VIP too. Where pretty much what VIP does is like there's no advertisements as a whole. You saw me play this for how long? No advertisements. Lets you spawn without an extra life without watching an ad. More treasure, which I can show you. You can change the skin of the map. Little flags that I can customize, chat with friends, and eat the power-up bubbles that you saw, like the extra vision. And with like the bonus treasure, right? There's these things, which are little bonuses that you have. So like, say I want more of a duration on lightning, or the energy. I can upgrade it, and it costs coins, and I get coins by like surviving X amount of time, right? So now this thing lasts for pretty much a minute. That's pretty good. Same with like, what do I want? I want more growth from, or I want more duration of the watching thing, and then I'll get a little more insects. And then there's so many different skins you can get too, like these. All of these skins I have available for VIP. You get any one of these as soon as you get VIP. It's a good deal, honestly. Like, I just don't like ads. What do I want to do now? Yeah, I just want, like, the main thing that I'd want, chat, is a game. Here's what makes a game good for streaming. If you want it to be with a group. Well, here's what makes a good game. It needs to be captivating, and it needs to have some sort of thing that a person can get good at that's impressive at it. That's like the core of what makes something, or it has to have a pure entertaining aspect that you can do things with. Minecraft, for example, you have people that are extremely good at it, i.e. Technoblade, and then you have people that do pure content off of it and skits, such as Tommy and I don't know, like Fundy, for example, right? Like, they're good at Minecraft, right? But you don't think of them as being good at Minecraft. You think of them being entertaining. Dead by Daylight? You guys love when I break the killer's ankles. There's interesting stuff that happens in Dead by Daylight. There's skill cap to it. You can be cracked at Dead by Daylight, but there's also visually captivating, and there's a little bit of tense moments in it. I would want to make a game that you can be very good at it, but the people that are not good at it still have a chance at doing something and being involved. That is the best thing you can do for a game. Anyway, you know what time it is, chat? Do I want to play Minecraft? Or do I want to take a break before I have to, I might take a break before I stream later today, chat. I may want to take a break before I have to stream. I'm doing Among Us at 4 p.m. This will be a different Among Us lobby than we normally play at. It'll be interesting to see what type of content happens from it. It's Gumi's birthday lobby. Also, wish her a happy birthday. Isn't it in 10 minutes? No. It's 4 p.m. PST. I'm pretty sure. Does it start in 10 minutes? Streamer says he wasn't done streaming, now he's done. Well, I'm just thinking, am I in the energy enough of transitioning to Minecraft right now? Do I really want to transition to transition to Minecraft or no? Is she live right now? Like, chat, I really want to play League as soon as the update comes out. She's live. She doing a long stream? Yeah, I'll raid Gumi for a bit. I hope you guys I genuinely enjoy the talking and introspective and like podcast style streams with occasional comedy mixed into it compared to trying to do pure comedy thing. Although that's not good for stream growth. Like, I would love to be the Hassan of games where I just don't have to talk about politics instead though. But I don't think it's everyone's favorite type. But I will go into a tangent if something's on my mind. And that's why also I'm saying like after Europe, like I want to see how you guys react to IRL content of me too. Cuz I don't know, I genuinely don't know how I'll act. For me, the extent of camera, I have like I have like 5 years of experience of being on webcam, playing Mafia, but that's also different. That's being serious. It's not being jokey and jovial. It's not. I don't want to do this every stream. I love. I enjoy. I can be entertaining when I want to be entertaining. Please trust me. I mean, I hope so. At least. At least that's my perception of myself. Um, like I think my Resident Evil streams are quite funny. I'm not really one for IRL content. Well, I mean, it's kind of something. This has been a really fun cozy stream. I've been at work during the Among Us lobby, so I have to watch the VOD. Thank you for just talking to us and just hanging out. It was really fun. Yeah. You have a strong presence without camera. That's really impressive. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I was told to stream for a very long time. I just didn't want to be a leech. I wanted to do it my way. Simply put, my way is how I wanted to be me. And that's why I'm not like, I don't fake my personality like a lot of people do. When are you getting that, camera / have you chosen one? Yeah, I've ordered it. I just need to figure out what type of content I want to do, chat. That's the main thing. It's like, where do we want to transition to? Because, like, chat, this is something I really want to do. I would. Okay, tell me how good of an idea this is for me, as like you guys know me. You guys know me. Hi, Izzy. Imagine I get involved in the Minecraft community, and hold on, before you say no, please anything but that. Before you say that, imagine I get involved in the Minecraft community. I still keep this audience, but because of who I'm friends with, right? I'm bound to get into controversies because of who I am. And I just invite the people who are just shit talking to me, complaining about me. Oh my god, 5 up, like, how dare you do this? And I just invite them and talk to them on stream and figure out why the way they are. And make them like, and just figure out, do you realize what you're doing? Imagine how good that would be. Imagine. Listen, I know how to talk about delicate situations. I'm not trying to like, I would never try to personally get into a controversy. But like even for the quote unquote war cry thing that happened, right? I would love to talk to them, and it's more of a. It sounds like a headache, as most of them are minors, and you'll be opening yourself up to potential legal jeopardy. I would do screenings before I listen. I'm not gonna just blindly invite a person on the stream. There's no way. It would be a civil conversation, because there have been times like Ludwig, for example. There was a person that was like messaging him to kill himself, right? And then he happened to find this person's school and said like, listen, I know who you are. I can get in contact with your mother and send her the stuff you've been sending me. Like, do you realize why you're doing bad? He didn't send this stuff to his mother, but it made that person realize, no, it was just a joke, and like how much the severity was. Right? I would love to be, as much as people love on Twitter, for example, love to educate the content creators. I'd love to give my 2 cents back of, yeah, we're humans also, and please be considerate of us too. I would love to have a civil conversation. And I understand how dangerous of like, I don't want to step on toes for a very, very sensitive group of issues and topics, right? I'm very good at navigating that type of stuff if I'm being like that. I think it'd be if nothing else, it'd be interesting to hear and understand. It'd be fun, but they most likely wouldn't want to be on stream. Oh, I beg to differ. I 100% beg to differ, because you know what they do? A lot of these people, because listen, I'm a curious person. I am a drama whore. I am in it to see it all. I will snoop. If I see someone shit talking or like doing these posts, I'd like, what type of person is this? They're the type of people saying like, why are people unfollowing her now? I'm so sad. Like, I'll do this if I get this amount of followers. They 100% would join the stream just for clout. Okay? So I don't think them going on stream was an issue. At least I couldn't imagine. Now, would they leave in the middle of the stream? Maybe. Yeah, most earner for the attention, 100%. But if I see someone where it's like it's a topic that I genuinely don't understand what the issue is, and it's such a minor, like, chat, there's a reason that I am always hesitant to take what a lot of people say at the face value initially, because there's such a broad spectrum of like what is bad compared to what is not. That's why I was like, I will always apologize and take responsibility for what I say. I think you guys probably know that by now from what I've said in the past. And if it's something that's a genuine mistake, I will correct myself as soon as I learn about it. But there's also things I don't agree with, and I don't think I will ever agree with. And that's why sometimes I say things that, like for example, I think the Sia thing about the ableism, I 100% apologize for that stuff. And I read there was a person that like stopped watching my content because of that whole situation and they didn't see the apology. I will 100% own up to it and apologize for things where as soon as I figure out what's wrong and people like fully say and I do research on it, I will 100%. But if I don't agree with it, I won't. The puns bottom joke is a good example. Yeah, it's that one's still a super gray area where I kind of understand what they're coming from, but also no. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, by the way, you don't need to worry. But yeah, I mean, I feel so bad for Rambo, where he will no matter what apologize for anything that happens if he gets into a minor controversy because he's anxiety. But he doesn't deserve to be put through that for things that actually aren't offensive. And he's what's, I don't know how old he is. He's anywhere from the range of 16 to probably 19. That's my guess. He doesn't, he's a kid and he's being educated by other kids about stuff that they don't know. They don't have life experience over. He's a poor kid. But people might pretend to hate to get you. Listen, trust me. I'll be able to understand what type of person is what if I talk, like, if I screen them. I'll be 100% able to tell if it's just a person purposely doing this. I'm the type of person that would literally go through Twitter if I wanted to and block every single person that's just doing this for attention. I am 100% that type of person. I will spend the time if I really wanted to. The time Twitter canceled Quackity for speaking Spanish, true. I'm not gonna get bow down and be told to like apologize for something I don't believe in. Fuck that. Also mad at tell me for getting therapy. Yeah, I mean it just is how it is. Right? But I would love to be the person that's in the community and friends with all these people, but will speak my mind about it. In a way where I won't like it's not controversial by any means. It's just, hey, realize that you're talking to other people also. Just please be careful. I know it is a dangerous ground to tread on, but it is something I think about anytime I see a ridiculous Hannah getting canceled for saying please don't use this to abuse other people because we're humans, and she gets canceled for that. Do you know how much I want to talk to those people? Like anytime something Hannah getting trending on Twitter because Dream chose to play Bed Wars with her instead of Boomer. You want to talk about that? I want to talk about it. I would love to. That happened? Oh yeah, it happened. Scott getting tons of hate and canceled on Twitter for raising money for a charity for LGBTQA plus people and not having lesbians in the tournament because there wasn't any available, or so to say, for raising money as for a charity about LGBTQ people. Smile. There's a lot of tasty things. Scott getting canceled on Twitter for screening an event that he runs purely for the enjoyment of everybody, and it's not even for money. And he's done this before, and this is the only time that he got in trouble is because Dream didn't win. Want to talk about that? It is deranged fans that I'd love to. Fundy getting shit on for nothing? No. Here's what I will say. Fundy got shit on sometimes. Justifiably. He got the shit he deserved for the Jackbox thing. And he apologized for it. And he understands what he did wrong. Fundy did not deserve any shit for the gorilla thing. And people still call him racist. People will get shit on for things they deserve to get shit on. But when it becomes things they don't deserve and there's nothing wrong, that's the people I want to talk about. And that's the people I want to talk to. H-bomb was medium justifiable. About the age thing, that was not. About the I think he said something bad, or it was bad phrasing, but he didn't have the thing. Here's the thing about Twitter. People don't understand intentions. A person can say something wrong with the right intentions, and you have to. Here's how I look at life. I try and read the intentions of things. I don't look at what people say, I look at the intention. And if they say something that's really hurtful, I'll be like, hey, you realize this is how this sounds. But if a person says something mean for the sake of being mean, then fuck that. It's also a matter of people taking things out of context. Oh, 100%. People are saying Fundy compared black people to gorillas when that, like, do you if you listen to the clip, that wasn't even mentioned even remotely. It's like third-hand information. Well, honestly, H-bomb got the most shit for the hole in the wall and Sapna calling him a cheater in front of 100k people, which was deserved or undeserved. Yeah, I mean, Sapnap and Dream did something really stupid about complaining about Scott and H-bomb on stream to their audience when it was like everyone has the same access to information. People use hyperfixation as it is a thing that I actually understand. And I understand not being able to stop watching someone. But I think there's a limit of how far you can draw that. Because if you're self-aware of you're hyperfixated on something, like a streamer, for example, you should have the awareness to try and wean yourself off of it. There's also the time of like Fundy got in major trouble for something his mod did to the Discord about people with I forget the disorder's name, but yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. That is not something he should have gotten in trouble for. Because here's my take on that. You can't make an exception to the rule. If people are... Listen, on my server, if you change your name to me, to 5up, and change your avatar to me, you're going to get kicked out of the server because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if this is something that you see yourself as, and that's completely fine if you do. But you have to understand that that can get confusing and it can potentially be bad for the streamer also. OCDD? Yeah. You can't make listen. If in your mind you are me, that is fine. But I am actually me, and that is the thing. And you cannot. I don't think the word is imitation, but I don't know what the correct word would be. But you can't fault a streamer for removing that from their server. And that's what happened to Fundy. It doesn't matter. You're not allowed, like, people are not going to make the exception. It's not impersonation. I understand multiple personality disorder. It is not imitation. There are people that genuinely have it, but I'm also it's a rabbit hole because you don't know the people who think they have it and people who genuinely have it. Yeah, DID ish. Not DID is a little bit different, but it's very interjects. Yes, it is hard to tell people who think they have it and people who genuinely have it, and sometimes people convince themselves they have it. Multiple personality disorder is oh, is it really dissociative identity disorder? I thought DID was when you feel like you're an outer shell observing yourself. What is that called? Imposter syndrome. That's what I'm thinking of. Never mind. You're right. DID. No, that it was not a racism thing based on DID is rare AF though. Yeah, DID is extremely rare, and the amount of people that DID is a very sensitive topic because oh, failed to connect to server. No, it is something that you. I'm trying to make sure I say something carefully. It is something caused by trauma when you're very young. You hear psychological terms? Yeah. We're talking about what happened to Fundy's Discord. It is something very traumatic that happens when you're young, when you're not fully emotionally developed, that causes you to split personalities in your mind to cope with that. Right? That's what causes it generally. That is oh, is my stream crashing? Oh, you better tell me it's not. Please tell me. Am I fine? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Yeah. It is something that, at least from the people that I understand and the people that I have seen and watched documentaries of, because I've educated myself on a lot of stuff, because it's fascinating to me. I am a huge, like, chat, listen, I'm into deception games, right? I'm into, let me change this to just chatting. Let me just put this image up. I am huge into psychology. I think that's very evident based on me loving deception games. The amount of people on Twitter that are projecting DID is maybe they do have it, and I'm not going to say they don't, because that'd be very fucked up if they do and I say they don't. So I'm not going to ever say I'm not going to ever say no, you're faking it, because that'd be extremely fucked up, and never would I ever. But it is a little bit worrying, the amount of people claiming to have it where you don't know. And it's a very hard thing to deal with in a gray area. But I think you can sometimes read and see people that might genuinely have it and might not. And it's a little bit hard. And it could just be people having fun with it, but I'm also not saying it's a genuine thing. It's also, it becomes a deeper rabbit hole when people start to have interjects of content creators. Because I've never heard of that from the things that I've seen. It could be a new thing. It could be how people actually, it happens, and that's how they cope, because it's a source of comfortability for them. It's not really multiple, it's multiple people, but yeah, when I say multiple personalities, I understand it's DID. I know it is multiple people in a body. It is multiple minds together. They have different memories. They literally have different lives inside a body. I know, like, trust me, I actually know a lot about it. It just gets a gray area when people start to have identities as people, as people that exist compared to people that don't. And it's not good to make an exception to the rule for people that do that, almost, in my opinion. But Fundy got in like a lot of shit on Twitter because his mod said, listen, we don't want you to, like, we understand this is a thing, but we can't make an exception to the rule, pretty much. Yeah, I would, like, this is something I would love to talk to you about, Petite. Like, I would actually love to just talk, because you would know a lot about this, I imagine. Please. Wait, let me see. What is drawn style art? Let me see what she said. Because I'm making sure I'm not saying anything. Maybe I should just slash user instead of scrolling, but hopefully. If I say something incorrect, please don't, like, it's an error of phrasing, I'd say. But please stop talking about something you aren't educated in. Um, I'm, I don't think I've said anything wrong. I'd be genuinely surprised because it's a gray area. I know enough about it to talk about the very basics of it without going into, and I'm saying the parts that I don't fully know. Wouldn't talking about it help me get more educated? Exactly. I think it's alters instead of personalities. Fair. I'll use that. He's ranting about cancel culture. I'm not necessarily ranting about it. I'm more wanting to understand it and understand the people behind it. Because I think a lot of cancel culture as a whole is more of an echo chamber than a culture. It is people filtering the same ideas that they have with each other over and over again, and they don't get a negative response. I think it is unfair to force a community and make and cancel a person as an individual because of a person who is feeling they are them. I think it is unfair to make sure, like, for the person to compensate for that over not. And you can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm down for, like, the only thing I do have worries about is, like, maybe Twitch isn't the place for it. That's the only worry I have about talking about it. I don't think I'm saying anything wrong per se. They're called systems, yeah. There's terminology that I've heard of, and I know what it means, and I just forgot the name of it. But I'm obviously being very cautious with what I say, and I immediately correct it if I say something that is misinterpreted. But yeah, when I refer to the group of system, or the multiple bodies in one, you can do it as your podcast instead. Wouldn't the streamer being canceled hurt the altar too? I can't imagine seeing all the negativity would be good for anybody. In theory, yeah. I genuinely don't know, but it's hard to tell. And I'm not going to say anything is wrong, or if someone's faking it, or if someone isn't. Like I said, because that would be extremely harmful if the person genuinely had it. But yeah. What is something that I said that is villainizing? I assume if I'm saying anything that's villainizing, quote unquote, it'd be me saying you're not allowed to make an exception to the rule because people genuinely would have this. I I still stand by that. You can have a genuine effect or a thing that inhibits you, or you believe you are this person, or you genuinely are this person, right? But even if you genuinely think you're me, for example, or if you genuinely are me, I still am me, and that's kind of the difference. And I can't make an exception, or Fundy can't make an exception to a person being him because he is the only him. And that's why it's a little bit confusing for Twitter to go on such a hate over it. It was respecting his boundaries, yeah. It just feels like a lot of people don't do their own research on things and immediately trust the first thing they hear from each other on the news. Yeah, I mean, this is a completely different thing, and don't take it thinking it's me comparing. Let me put on. I don't. What music do I want to put on if I'm just talking about this? Tight soul centric, sure. Okay. Don't take it as me like comparing the two things as a whole. But this is very much how like false news about like anti-vaxxing and whatnot gets spread. You'll do me later if you want to talk about it. Yeah, sure. I'd love to. Petite. Yeah, like there's a very, if you look at it, it's very easy to understand how false info gets spread around like science and whatnot, and it feels weird. People sort of how think of it like this. You see how I'm talking about something that I'm not 100%, it's literally not my, it's like I'm not majoring in this and I'm still talking about it. What people do on Twitter is they don't have it, or they see a group of people and they talk about it like they are majoring in it when they aren't. And people echo that sentiment when they don't know. And that's what causes these things to happen on Twitter, for example. Like that's the difference between what I'm doing and what they're doing is I am fully open and saying my interpretation of it without condoning or shunning people for doing something, versus them acting or projecting that they're a professional on it. And most of them are under the age of 20 that make these threads and whatnot of what people say. Twitter just has an attack personality. It's more than just Twitter though. I mean, do you know how many people are watching these like huge streamers and whatnot? And then the other gray area with it is there's people with DID, right? And then there's people that are genuinely impersonating at the same time. So how are you supposed to differentiate without people saying as an excuse to get back into a server too? It's really unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, if you brought the attention to the parents most of the time of people that are just being hateful for the reason of being hateful, like I bet you parents don't know what their kids are posting on Twitter. Parents don't know what kids are doing and how hateful people are. That's why I like what Lud did, just like showing the person, hey, you're being a dickhead. Don't be a dickhead. Yeah, the wording that the mods used was probably a little bit insensitive to people with it, but at the same time, like I said, understand the sentiment, not how it was said, and people try to cancel Fundy for it, on top of everything else. It's just people not having full knowledge on the subject, and they think it's people thinking they're experts on everything. I mean, it is. I mean, you shouldn't, yeah. They're still excluding people for something they can't control. It is excluding people for something they can't control, but also you can't make an exception at the same time. Like, I would feel scared to even say a person had a condition, like say a person had Parkinson's. Okay? They can't be a surgeon. It's not something they can control. It's not fair. They could study their entire life and want to be one. But they still can't. And obviously, I don't think that it's not the best example. It might be an inconsiderate example. But you can't, there can't be exceptions to the certain things. There just can't. There has to be some, and it might be shitty. But you can't make an exception for everybody. You can make an inclusive environment for as much as you can, but there's certain things. Well, those are two very different things. They are very different things. And I fully say, I understand. That's why I'm like, I don't think the example was the best. But it is still something like, it's uncontrollable. It's something you can't do. But when people's lives are in danger and when let's make an adjustment. If I create an environment that this is my profession, right? I would want to have a environment that at least is inclusive as much as it can be without it risking a lot of what I do. Right? I'm not going to fully inhibit myself for everything involved to make all the exceptions, but I'll try to be as inclusive as I can be as possible. I think that's how I would always rule what I do. But I think people kind of want a lot. Read my bits, please. Okay. I think regardless of whether you actually have something or not, you should not be able to use your mental disorder as an excuse for harming others, physically or otherwise. 100%. There's a difference between being a person with a disorder. Like, I guess the way to think about it is there are people with disorders that do stuff, but they are genuinely good people. And it's a case of you need to understand why the way they are. And then there are people that are just bad people. It doesn't matter if they have something or not. And some people are just bad people and they use a disorder as an excuse. But I'm not saying people that have interjects are bad people. That's not what I'm talking about. Please don't take it as that. This is more on using a disability as a whole and claiming it to be that's why the way you are. Like there are so many people that are amongst every single thing that are amazing and friendly and tremendous people that I have a lot of respect for. And they're just bad people also. It's just different. But you shouldn't use the excuse to try and attack people and create a... Here's the best way I can put it. Like, imagine... I mean, I think you guys understand it for the most part. At least in my viewers and chats. Because I can't imagine too many people watch me that would cancel me. Because they would have already left. Imagine having... I'm one person, right? All these people that are streamers are one person. Imagine having thousands of people attack you for something that you don't even agree with and harass you and tell you to kill yourself. Imagine having thousands of that onto one person. That is hard. That is mentally draining. My goodness, that's mentally draining, wouldn't it be? It's scary too. Imagine having imagine having one person say like, man, this person listen, I will pick one person out of the blue. Let's see. Who would be able to take it? I don't know, actually I don't want to single out a viewer, but just imagine like just one person saying like, you know what? They are so unfunny and they are just not aware of how boring and awful they are. I wish they would just never stream with this person again because my god, they ruined it. I have to sit like I love this streamer and I will not even watch them if you are there because this person is just so unfun and so makes me so uncomfortable. Imagine someone says that to you, right? Imagine someone says that to your face pretty much and now multiply that by 10,000. What the fuck? You know how bad that would be? Are we back? Oh no. Are we back? Can chat type 1 if we're back. I'm still dropping frames. Oh, we're good. Oh boy, it's always at this time of day. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how much. Imagine, okay, so chat, like imagine this. This is how it feels for a streamer, okay? Imagine someone saying to you as a person, man, I wish you would, I hate you so much. You are genuinely so unfunny and you make me super uncomfortable whenever you're around these people I like. I will not even watch my favorite person if you're there because you are just this horrible person that has done all these awful things that you didn't do, by the way. And I will not sit through this. I wish this person would die. I wish you would die. I wish, like, imagine someone saying that to you, right? Imagine someone saying that to you, and now imagine it's now 2,000 of you. I'd say, I'm sorry, I'd laugh. I mean, some people would. But, I mean, it can get a lot worse than that. But imagine that and people just messaging you to kill yourself. It gets mentally draining. It hurts for me when people say, like, I am a genuine unfun person. That hurts me. That makes me sad when I see that. Or, like, I ruin content for other people. Because I've seen it. It's mentally hard. It's mentally draining, like, especially when you're trying hard. And just imagine, I'm not a person with anxiety, Imagine how Rambo feels. I feel bad for him. Right? Like, imagine what these people are going through. And it's just like, they're not empathetic at all. They don't understand that they're attacking a person. And that's the part of, like, listen, that's only a tiny part of streaming that is really mentally exhausting. I'm like, chat, listen, I'm fine. I'm genuinely fine, and I have a very good grasp over my self-worth and everything. But I'd also say that's that's only on the front of, like, imagine people saying that to me. That'd be only on the front. Nobody in the viewer world has any idea what goes on behind the scenes and what we're dealing with personally, unless we're fully open to that. And at that time, it's also our privacy. I was going through shit all of July. I was going through probably the worst thing I've dealt with in my life, or one of. Um, and I got through it, but it's still, like, imagine what these other people are dealing with. You don't know what happens. It's why you feel bad for Dream. Well, there's like, I respect a lot of content creators, and I understand people do the things for they do, and Dream is a very smart person and an extremely good businessman. But also, there's the there's the aspect of these content creators are either they're unable to call out them, or they eventually it's just so many people screaming, and the easier solution, this is why pleading guilty is a thing, is because if you plead that no you're not, you have to go through all this extra steps and stuff and a lot of money, and takes years. And it's just so much easier to plead saying I am sorry, I will not do this again, compared to no, don't you dare talk to me like that. It's the fault. It's the understandable fault is a better way to put it. And I mean, what Scott does, right, is like for the MC thing, he apologized without fully apologizing for whenever he gets in trouble. He will say, yes, I understand I didn't do this, and I'm sorry, I will no longer do this, or sorry, but these are the reasons why. You need to, that's why I don't say I'm sorry unless I'm sorry. And he eggs it on now. Toast does that too. Yeah, there's a reason why I heavily respect Toast and Hafu. There's a reason why I'm really good friends with Hafu, and I'd probably be good friends with Toast if I talked to him more. You need to focus on for the good people that watch you, not those 9-year-olds. It's a lot easier said than done, only looking at... So chat, this is human psychology. If someone says something negative about you compared to something nice about you, that negative thing is going to stick with you for 10 times as long compared to people saying anything nice about you. So you can say ignore it, and I genuinely appreciate how much of you guys are like there for me, and how much you guys are like that, right? But it's very, very hard even for me, and I think I'm very self-aware to ignore that stuff. It's simply giving into the hate is the most easy way to contain it. But a lot of the Minecraft streamers also kind of like emphasize stan culture, and it's smart. It's genuinely smart for a business move, because if you accept stan culture, you have a very, very, very dedicated audience now, right? You have these people that are now, I will only watch you because I am they suck it up, right? And they have these people that are so dedicated they will do anything at the drop of a hat. But it's bad. It's not good. It really, really affects every other streamer involved too. And Minecraft is such a, like, think of it like this. The Dream SMP people, if they stream on Dream SMP, they get 25,000 followers a day, if not more. For Dream SMP, 5,000 to 25,000. If they do something, and this is not even interacting with, it's just if they're on the Dream SMP. And then if they're doing their own individual stream, it's a lot less. But it's purely because of the connected fan base as a whole. So when one of those content creators now is emphasizing stan culture, that audience is recycled into everybody involved, whether they like it or not. And it's unhealthy. It's really bad. But it's really it's really good in terms of business. Like, if you're just in it for business and growing as a person, as a celebrity, as a content creator, go for it. Yeah, it feels like compared to me, Dream SMP is like watching a reality TV show, but instead of only watching the outer view as a whole, you get to literally watch every single perspective of every single character. And that's why it's so captivating and interesting. Because you can literally watch every single perspective. It's why it was good. But yeah. Would I call myself a feminist? I call myself a person that respects people, and I don't see people for gender. And I will respect people that deserve to be respected. And I will fight for people if they aren't getting justifully respected. But some people kind of take it a little bit far. A feminist isn't a bad word. I know. I don't think it is. I think I'm going to say how I phrase it, though. I know what I think. Modern feminism has been tainted? Yeah, that's my worry of, like, responding to that. Yeah. I look at, like, bottom line chat is I look at people as people. I don't look at people for gender and whatnot. I look at, do you deserve to be respected, and who are you, what is your intentions? That's how I live my life. And that's how I do everything. Almost a year of kills. Thank you for the 11 months. Do you think hate has changed content or players' content completely? Yes. I think Tommy's content would be a lot more, not a lot more, a tiny bit more edgy if he was allowed to be, right? Tommy can barely even mention Schlatt or Minx without being a hate thread on Twitter, right? But if you want to know about it, Schlatt was the content creator that inspired Tommy to be a content creator. Think about that. Imagine the person that inspired you to be a content creator. You can't even mention without being attacked. Imagine what that feels like. Yeah. Tubbo does what he wants. That's why I fucking love Tubbo. I love Tubbo. Like he released a video on Schlatt, and I was like, yes, Tubbo, yes. Tubbo is genuinely one of my favorite people. He is probably one of the most genuine people on the internet that is a streamer for his size, and it is amazing. And if I want to talk about a person that's inspiring to me, Tubbo is literally one of the most inspiring people I know. And he is 17. He is so young. He's good. He's a good kid. He does what he wants. But yeah, this entire thing stemmed from me wanting to talk to the people that like heavily attack content creators for saying something and just understanding like, hey, you realize what you're doing. Like you guys probably realize it now. Like a lot of people probably don't think of like what content creators have to deal with. But you guys can imagine just what it feels like if you do one wrong step in what you say. You'd agree with Phil's, I think? There's a lot of people I feel like I'd have a good conversation with. I feel like for me, I'm not necessarily the best one-on-one person, and that's the only worry I have for my podcast idea. I think I'm a good addition to a conversation, and I think I'm a good solo. But it's a little bit hard for me if I'm one-on-one. How about Techno? I don't even understand what Techno did to get him in trouble. Techno's just, he's a person that farmed potatoes for a year straight, and that, no matter what, has my respect. You can do multiple people podcasts? Yeah. But I want it to be a personal thing, unless I like specifically want it to be duo for a specific reason. Should I quit streaming? Well, K-pop is its entire, the Korean stan audience is its entirely own different beast. That's not even a culture I'm going to delve into. He did weird tweets when he was 15 that weren't even that bad, just weird. Yeah. I mean, the first thing that I'd ask is like, have you, like, to any person I have a conversation with within that community, if I were to do, is like, have you ever said anything bad in your life that you regret later, that you realized you were just younger and immature? And if they say no, I've never done that, I'm say, wow, I wish I could be as perfect as you. And I would end that conversation right then and there and try and figure out really now, why are you like this? Everyone's made stupid things. Everyone's said dumb things. No way they haven't. Please. Tubbo might be getting banned? For what? What did he do this time? Why do you like Denmark so much? That's a tangent. Culture. I think it's because his refusal to acknowledge the tweets. Okay, listen. What they want him to apologize fully and say an itinerary essay, multiple report, like a college entry essay, probably for the tweets that he made when he was 15. I don't know how long. I don't know how old he is. Like 6 years ago, probably. Broke TOS, DMCA. What did he? He showed a dildo. Was it an accident? Yeah, just a random. He'll be banned for a day max, and it's fine. It's fine. It was a clip he was watching, and how was he supposed to know? As long as he shut it off immediately, it's fine. Listen. I can play a game like Warzone where I'm literally going around killing people, and the game tries to be as realistic as possible in terms of like, that's what literally game developers are. They're trying to make things as humanly realistic as possible. I can go around in that game and pop off, but as soon as a tit pops, you're banned, right? It's, I don't know, it's dumb. It's same for American television. You can do this war movie, extreme violence, literally people dying on screen for the most part, or like it's bloody. PG-13. You say fuck twice in it, now it's rated R. That's America. And Twitch is an American ran company. Tubbo just turned, or not Tubbo, Techno just turned his interest in Twitter outrage because he doesn't really talk about things like that on stream, and I think it makes them even angry that he doesn't give attention that they want. Yeah, I mean, it's just this group of people that are echo chambers of, I address what you said 7 years ago. That's no. I don't. He's just a man that wants to farm potatoes. Why are you attacking him for something he said 7 years ago? I'm sure they've said worse. This poor man. I'm gonna order an acai bowl. That's the mood I'm in. Postmates. Yes. I will change this to 1. View store. Is there not a reorder button? Delivery is not available. It's no drivers. This Vegas fucking sucks. People think that someone said years ago to reflect every aspect of them nowadays is stupid. Yeah. I think apologies are only deserved for things that you need to apologize for, and I will never say apologize other way. Not sayable. That Osable was very sudden. Yeah, I mean, I'm hungry. I have 2 biscuits near me, or I believe. Actually, what flavor jam is this? Let me smell it. That's strawberry. You over apologize, to be honest? I will only say sorry for things I feel bad about, such as if I don't stream for a while. I know you guys generally like watching my content, and I feel bad if I don't stream, for example. And you guys, you don't need to apologize. It's like, I mean, I feel bad for myself, I feel bad for you guys. I think I don't think you should ever apologize for something you didn't do wrong. Because if you apologize for something you do wrong, then you give validation to the people that are attacking you for an apology. And that is why there's such an echo chamber where they have power over the people because they can get them to apologize. And these people, and the people that apologize, they don't believe their apology. They just will avoid it because they don't want to have to deal with it again. What do you think about the responsibility to address things as a public figure as opposed to not being a public figure? I think I have a weird I have a weird thing with charity streams even, chat. Like, I have a mental debate in my head of I struggle even doing charity streams because I know people feel obligated to donate even if they don't have money. And that's why I'm always hesitant, and that's why I haven't done many. So being a public figure, I treads the ground if I don't feel comfortable doing something for the clout of it. That's not me. Where something tragic can happen, and on Twitter, I understand it. Trust me, I understand it. But like, say something tragic happens, and everyone on Twitter that's a public figure is like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm so sorry for your loss." If you mean it, privately talk to them and say, "Hey, is there anything I can do?" That, like, instead of just a casual mention. Yeah, like, trust me, I would love to do it how Markiplier does, which is like the 500 or you can't donate. That's a smart way of doing it, but I also feel like I might. It's weird. Like, the thing that people need to realize is, first off, these Minecraft people, they're 21 and younger for the most part. They're generally in the teens still. Second off, I didn't go to college. I didn't go to university. What the fuck do I know? I didn't do that well in school. I didn't try. So why are you asking me for your opinions and to be a public activist over something that I'm not a public speaker? I might have hot takes, but why are you asking XQC? Oh, what do you think about Biden and Trump going at it? And what do you think about Biden's response to this thing in the back? He's a person that sits up and farts into his microphone. Do you really want his opinion on that stuff? No, it's not our place. Ask someone that's qualified, and if you care about it that much, go to them. Like, Hassan's actually educated on some stuff, so it's fine. And that's why people watch him, because he's actually a hot take. And he's hot. It's simply just, people want too many, they want too much from people that are, have public figure. Listen, streamers will shill for their audience, right? They'll do advertisements. I do advertisements. But that's different than proposing an opinion that is like matters a lot, and people shouldn't go for streamers that are like, they shouldn't ask for that. Like, I do a lot of advertisements on my videos, but I'm also setting myself up for success in the future and setting myself up for these like really fun projects in the future, right? Like, I think you guys understand that by me doing these, I can literally do stuff like I could open my own game company if I wanted to and create these cool ideas, or I can do this podcast idea, right? And it helps me. And on top of that, it sets me up because I'm sacrificing my life in terms of education and years for this, where it is a quick burst of money that gives me in the future. What did Wilbur say? Who said this? Calypso? I think Wilbur said it best that don't ask us to say things because we might not be educated in it. Yeah, you can ask my opinion, but don't attack me for my opinion on things. That's the biggest thing. Like, please, I was at an airport. Listen, do you really want the opinion of a person who was ready to like I was ready to pop off at an airport yesterday because I was tired. I was ready to sleep. Santero, thank you for 20. I was tired. I was ready to sleep, and then the airplane got delayed, and then I get to after the delay happens, and they say, "Oh, guess what, fucker? The bathroom? Yeah, there's sewage everywhere. You're not getting on this plane. Let's clean it up first." An hour later. Yeah, guess what, fucker? It still smells like shit. We're getting you a new plane. An hour later. Sitting with a family sitting next to me, waiting for the airplane to arrive. There's a family of 7. We're 1 mom and 6 children. And all of these children have their own iPhones or iPads. And they all don't have earphones on. So they're playing Fortnite and these and balloons and all this other and TikToks at full volume. Full volume! One is under the chairs in an airport, jumping between chairs, jumping next to me, looking at me, going upside down. I was ready to snap. I just wanted to sleep. And you're asking the opinion of a person who has to deal with that, about the political climate and social activism, okay? I'm not the person. If you looked at me, I was ready. I was ready to do something. I don't know what I was gonna do. And then I moved chairs. I moved across to a completely different chair. And you want to know what this kid started doing? The one that was jumping between the chairs and looking at me? He started running around the airport, doing figure eights around where I was sitting and where they were sitting. Okay? I was done. I was so done.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, bestie.
Hi.
What are you up to?
I am on a I've been on a tangent for like 6 hours straight, Gumi, but I've been on a tangent.
Why?
Oh, I've just been doing like podcast-ish.
Oh, I thought you were ranting about something.
Oh, I have been.
Yeah, I like open your chat to see like, fuck them kids. I'm like, what? You gotta go punch some kids or something?
I have been essentially talking for the past like 2 hours about Twitter stands.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I understand.
And then I was telling my airport adventure very briefly when apparently you joined and saw, and that's why they're saying fuck those kids.